Summary. The summary of Simple Lives and Simple Thoughts emphasizes the importance of living in the moment, cherishing memories, and embracing life's joys and sorrows. It encourages readers to focus on happiness, let go of worries, and live purposefully. Raj Devalapalli shares insights on finding contentment, spreading joy, and leaving a meaningful legacy through simple yet profound thoughts. Dedication. I am paying humble tribute to my parents and dedicating this small effort of mine to my wife Vaidehi Devalapalli, who has stood by me all the time and accompanied me in my simple journey. Finally, special thanks to my children Ruchika and Vinil Devalapalli. Chapter 1. Life and Purpose. Every living being has a purpose for their living. The basic purpose is to live, survive, and sustain, which is common for everyone. The purpose of the above and beyond just living is only expected by the humans, as they are programmed by God differently than the other living beings such as animals, reptiles, plants, etc. We have been given the intelligence to think and the ability to explore what is good and bad, to decide on which path to choose to fulfill the purpose of living. There is simple living, which all the living beings live, and there is a purposeful living that only some human beings live. This is a distinction that only some humans can achieve. It requires self-realization, sacrifice, and willingness to work towards the benefit of the society. It is certainly not an easy path to travel, but the realization will be very satisfying, meaningful, and blissful. God has given us the intellect, but we seldom use it to lead a purposeful life. It is worth living a meaningful life than a basic life. An attachment to a purpose without an expectation is the best option to contain our desires and pleasures. An attachment to any material or a desire for a long time yields a long-lived unhappiness and a short-lived happiness. Wealth, health, and happiness are important for our life. A perfect scenario is to have them all to enjoy our life. Happiness and healthiness are key to a purposeful life, while the wealth comes based on our efforts, chance, karma, and time. If the purpose is happiness, then health takes priority over wealth. It requires a lot of practice to stay healthy and happy. Self-control, self-discipline, contentment, and gratitude are the key ingredients. If we have these four ingredients, then the wealth will follow health and happiness. We should take care of our health first to gain happiness and wealth. Our bodies should be active to achieve our purpose. Realization of the truth and the righteous way of living helps in happiness and contentment. We should explore inner self in the source to express our gratitude and acceptance of anything that comes into our life. This helps in handling difficult situations with ease and comfort. Attach to happiness by detaching from desires and pleasures. Try understanding ourselves first before we try understanding others. I am sure we will realize that we are all the same souls created by the Supreme. We are programmed differently based on our past karma and proposed predetermined destiny. Let us find a purpose and start upgrading our programming so that we can function better. Let us clean up our mind to progress our life journey to the next level. This will allow us all to achieve higher state of oneness through spiritual learning. When do we start realizing who we are, why we are, and what is our main purpose? We come into this world formatted with these questions embedded within us to realize when the time is right. It may take many lives to decode the main purpose of our life as we keep coming back in different forms until we realize the secret. We are prepped before we come into this world with these three questions formatted and coded. We are accompanied by a divine and a devil source in our life. The devil is competing with divine in catching our attention, and surely we are falling in the pitfall of the devil's worldly luring pleasures as we slowly get influenced by the devil. Until we self-realize ourselves, we keep following in the footsteps of the devil. We try to be ignorant about the divine source within us, which is waiting for us to explore and unite. It takes many lives to recognize the divine source, and once we do, we slowly drift. away from the devil's clutches. It helps in becoming egoless, selfless, and serene with no worldly desires. Awaken the divine and knock out the devil to take a spiritual path. Art of detaching from an attachment leads into a peaceful, simple, and purposeful life. There are no expectations, excuses, exceptions, and commitments if we detach ourselves from an outcome. It allows us to think for a while and act towards a desired outcome as opposed to reacting and then think about what to do next. There is no point attaching to this materialistic world when we know that ultimately we all must detach from these desires. Learn to accept detachment if you want to attach to the spiritual life. The only thing that we all need to attach is to our subtle bodies and to the ultimate source which has created us. We will leave behind our physical bodies and all the materials that we possess. Life is comprised of truth or lie, awareness or ignorance, light or dark, humility or arrogance, sane or insane, spiritual or physical, conscious or unconscious, and finally happy or sorrow. It is up to us to choose right or wrong to live in this world. Truth is always real, whereas a lie is unreal or Maya. Wisdom helps us understand truth and reality of the life's purpose. Awareness of the truth helps in getting rid of the ignorance of lie, as the light of wisdom sheds the darkness of stupidity. Similarly, humility gets rid of arrogance or ego, while the sanity replaces our insanity. Detachment from desires leads to spirituality, as the consciousness takes over the unconsciousness, or reality takes over the illusion. Truth and wisdom bring positive energy, which helps in achieving unlimited potential to explore the infinite possibilities and surreal abundance. Intentions and the positive energy help in eliminating obstacles to achieve ultimate purpose. Sense of achievement, consciousness, and focus helps in contentment. This drives out sorrow and fills us with bliss or happiness. Work is religion, and we try to find culture within our work. Happiness is the basis of work, and devotion in the commitment. Knowledge is the roots. Branches are the wisdom, and accomplishments are the fruits. The roots are foundation, and the tree is your purpose, which is to stand and deliver shade, wood, leaves, flowers, and fruits. Tree has so much to offer without expecting anything from us. We can do the same as trees by offering help, happiness, money, support, and wisdom. Let us find our purpose and start enriching our roots with knowledge, while we all branch out our wisdom to benefit the people with the fruits of love and happiness. Let us find happiness in our purpose and work by continuing to walk the talk. Devotion, diligence, determination, and demonstration are the 4 key pillars in the journey of our life's work and purpose. If these pillars are strong, then we can achieve our life's work and purpose in a successful manner. Please remember that the happiness, health, and hope lays the road bridging the pillars connecting work and purpose. Don't retire at all in your life until the time comes to leave this life. Keep your body, mind, and soul active in generating positivity at work, home, and community. We are created to be active until the purpose is served. We created retirement from work, not to rest and sit at home. We can use our retirement more actively in spirituality and betterment of the community. We should all retire from desires, pleasures, indulgence, jealousy, hatred, ego, pride, and negativity. These keeps us unconscious in Maya and illusion, leading us into stress, anxiety, and pain. When we retire from all these, then we can keep ourselves active in the betterment of the community. It should be our purpose to attain contentment and salvation. I believe that we should continue to work until our energy is fully depleted or completely disabled. It is like an old car where if we take care of the maintenance, it will run for a long time, otherwise it will die. We are also similar. We die if we stop working or retire. We need to keep our body and mind active and continuously condition them to stay healthy and happy. Life is good. Winning is an inherent quality some of us are born with. It requires determination and killer instinct, which everyone does not have it. More than the physical strength, psychological strength plays a significant role in the process of winning. Can we develop these skills by practicing and training our mind? I am sure it is possible to adopt the winning skills, but it requires a lot of effort and practice. I think persistence and determination are the 2 key principles in this process. If we have these skills, we can win. and one doesn't have to be born with these skills. All we need is a strong intention to win and a passion to achieve a goal. Sometimes we can also win by letting others win. This is selfless winning, where we don't expect anything in return when we help others to do a good job to win. Spiritual or selfless winning shall bring more joy than self-winning. This should be the main purpose of our life, as we are caring about others than self. Successes and failures are the two faces on each side of a coin. Several failures lead to success when we intend to succeed by learning from our mistakes. Greed, cheating, ignorance, and overconfidence leads to failure, and a success that is the genesis of the greed is only short-lived due to the ill intentions and wicked motives. We should seek success in every failure without any selfish motive or expectations in return. Success is granted when an intention is selfless and a motive is positive. The ability to celebrate a failure and a success is possible only when there are no expectations or selfish motives or frustrations. Joy and sorrow has no effect when you don't expect or perceive things for granted. Enjoy every moment, every event, and every surprise that comes your way without taking things for granted and not being frustrated for not getting things that you want. Live your life with a purpose that is selfless, egoless, and joyful. Remember that we are one soul and energy and a software that is created with different programming or coding. The purpose is the same for all, but the outcome keeps varying based on our software integrity and security. The hardware is our body, which is perishable, but our software or soul gets reformatted, upgraded, recoded, and reprogrammed again to get uploaded into another hardware or a body. We need to maintain our hardware and the software in order to achieve our purpose. If hardware breaks down, the software needs another hardware. The material world, attachment to our desires and pleasures, can only corrupt our software like a virus, which always slows us down in achieving the reason for our existence. Self-control, self-discipline, and self-realization works like an antivirus. Why do we feel pain, difficulties, and disappointments? These will occur when our desires, expectations, and wishes are not met. If we don't have any desires or wishes or expectations, then we shouldn't ever have any pain or difficulties or disappointments. This only happens when we have faith and completely surrender to the Supreme or the higher power. How is it possible to live without any desires or wishes or expectations? It is very difficult to live a life with no expectations. We need to practice consciousness and try to balance our body, mind, and soul. As a start, we need to work on eliminating our egos, desires, and wishes, along with enhancing faith, beliefs, and trust in the self and in the higher power or the Supreme. We are born with a purpose, and we need to work towards our purpose without any desires or wishes or expectations. Our intentions and our efforts should be very hard to achieve our purpose. Having faith and trust in the Supreme and our destiny will help us in living a purposeful life. Try surrendering completely to the Supreme and enjoy our journey with a purpose. Start every day with a smile on the face and a true love in the heart. Let us feel the early morning moments when we touch down after a sound sleep, thanking Lord for giving us a chance to live another day. Let us take one day at a time as we enjoy every moment of that day. There is only one life to live, so why worry about the things that are not in our control? Start your day on a positive note by reviewing the previous day to make today better than yesterday, as you never know what's in store for you tomorrow. If tomorrow comes, make it better than today, and wish that the day after will be better than tomorrow. Life is like a surprise gift. You just accept, open, and enjoy. Be grateful for yesterday, today, and tomorrow, as gratitude is always the best attitude. I truly believe that it is the art of living a purposeful life by remembering yesterday, living today, and wishing for tomorrow. Attuned to peace, love, and harmony for every day to be better. All along, we have been telling everyone that our life is so busy and we don't have time to do things that are more important. We are always busy involved in things that are not at all important, such as criticizing, worrying, fretting, complaining, and comparing with others. Instead of wasting time in things that are not important, why not we learn and start living our lives in a meaningful manner? We can live every moment of our lives in either conscious or unconscious state while being awake or asleep. If we look around, there is so much to do that could bring joy to us. We can distance ourselves from desires, distractions, diversions, and delusions to find some time to live purposefully. Instead of complaining that we don't have, why not create what we all want? There are many possibilities and boundless opportunities in this world that we can avail in our lifetime if we seriously try. Condition your thoughts through proper learning, meditation, and yoga, while committing to the task passionately to achieve success to gain personal, professional, and spiritual satisfaction. Note that mistakes do happen when we don't pay attention or when we are not prepared enough to carry a task. To achieve right first time, we need focus, commitment, and confidence. Negligence, ignorance, arrogance, and lack of interest leads to several mistakes or errors, which may result in huge personal or professional or spiritual losses. Learning from our mistakes is time-consuming and an expensive affair. Be prepared and avoid mistakes so that we can save time and money. Mistakes can be avoided through focus, knowledge, wisdom, and intelligence. Awareness is the basis for learning and to attain the knowledge, intelligence, and confidence, which leads to the journey of success. Don't live in the darkness of ignorance, as it can only lead to failure and agony. Light up your journey acquiring knowledge to avoid the pitfalls. Promote knowledge acquisition and sharing for better purpose in life. Truth is the reality that will never change. Chapter 2. Self-realization and mindfulness. Who are you to yourself and the people that know you? Do they know you as you or as a person? Do you know yourself? Are you a friend, a relative, or just someone? The people know you through relationships, perceptions, and acquaintances. They know you, but they keep changing their opinions, views, and perceptions with time. Please note that you don't know yourself if you don't know your purpose. Try exploring yourself first to find your purpose, rather trying to know or perceive others. Self-realization helps understand yourself and others better. Try to find yourself first before finding yourself in others to understand them better. It is nothing but a source of energy at various levels that needs to be recognized in a positive manner. Life is a puzzle that we need to solve to obtain salvation. We may find several roadblocks that we need to bypass to get to the right path. Truth, wisdom, and happiness, along with our intuition, consciousness, and awareness, are required to face any challenge that comes our way. Knowing the truth always helps. We need to memorialize all good and positive experiences while dishonoring all bad and negative experiences. This way, we can cherish our experiences, then despise them. It requires an ability to isolate a bad experience from a good experience. We should always forget our bad experiences and only remember good experiences. Truth is the reality that will never change, while the wisdom is the knowledge that will never fade. If we realize the truth and wisdom, happiness stays forever. It is the secret of life that allows us to live a purposeful life. Always attached to the truth, wisdom, and happiness. Hope and faith enhances positivity in us, while the skepticism and doubt enhance negativity. Belief in self makes us confident, whereas doubt in self makes us incompetent. Always believe in yourself and have faith and hope that everything will be fine. Light ignites hope by driving away any doubts and darkness. Ignorance leads to suffering and confusion as we don't know what is right or wrong. Acquiring knowledge through listening, questioning, and understanding helps differentiating right from wrong. This clarity leads us to self-realization, self-recognition, and self-control. Please note that intelligence, consciousness, and mindfulness are needed. Emotions are controlled by our mind through thoughts, whereas feelings are felt by our heart. Emotions and feelings can be conditioned through meditation, breathing, and yoga. Mind and heart are interrelated, and they can surely work together to create heartfelt situations or work against each other to create heartless situations. It is very critical to have an alignment of the body and mind to stay happy. Let us not panic when a difficult situation comes to us, as it is only a temporary setback. The time shall pass away, and so are the tough situations. There is always reason for these setbacks. Let us reset, refresh, and restart our life journey to enjoy the change. The change is good when we accept and adapt with an open mind. Our state of mind and mindset helps in managing a situation. Mind can process a situation to analyze an outcome. Our positive thoughts help in acceptance with a sense of gratification, while our negative thoughts help in denial with a sense of dissatisfaction. Our knowledge and mindfulness play a key role in the process of realization. Self-realization and wisdom help in understanding the truth, karma, destiny, and our purpose. Mental conditioning and purifying thoughts help deal any kind of situation by giving us the ability to reset, refresh, and restart. Try making any difficult situation to your advantage with an attitude to accept the facts of life with full gratification. Compassion is an attitude that we all have but rarely use it. Only selfless character can bring their compassion out. Most of us tend to be selfish always and don't care about others or their issues. It is all about us, so why worry or care about others? When we care so much about ourselves, why not try to care about others also? It only takes some compassion and some kindness to care for others. Self-realization teaches us how to be kind and caring. Exploring our inner self helps us in understanding situations and emotions of self so we can relate them with others. Compassion is not out of pity, but it is out of care and concern. Compassion is leading us into a spiritual path as it helps us avoid hatred, jealousy, competition, etc. Compassion makes us all realize that we are coming from a similar source and connected with each other with a similar purpose. Ego, pride, greed, hatred, and jealousy kills the compassion, while love, care, kindness, and sharing ignites the compassion. Truth and lie are the two faces of a coin. Truth is something that is a fact, and it will not change. Lie is something that is not a fact, as it keeps changing based on the situation. We need a lot of courage to speak the truth, as it is based on a fact. However, it is easy to lie, as it is baseless or fictional. Life and death are true, but egos, desires, pride, and materialistic nature are illusionary or not real. Existence of Supreme and a soul are real and subtle. Everything around us, including our bodies and materials, are unreal, mortal, and perishable. We worry about things that are not real and tend to neglect the truth and reality. Our life progresses and elevates when we realize the reality or the truth. Self-realization is the key to our path of consciousness and enlightenment. Lies and deceit will take us to unconsciousness, darkness, and shallowness. It is very easy to fall through cracks than climb up the peaks. Live in truth than die in lies or deceit. Life teaches many lessons when we are faced with difficulties and challenges. Sometimes nothing works for us, as we are pushed to all the corners with no ability to fight back. This is when we tend to surrender ourselves to God and approach Him for help. Why don't we think about God or approach Him when things are going well for us? We take Him for granted, as our pride and our egos are way too high. We feel we can do anything without His grace, and this is when we falter and fall. Why can't we surrender to Him all the time, in good times and bad as times too? This attitude teaches us facing any problem due to our faith in the divinity and belief in the karma. Once we get this self-realization, we are all set to live a purposeful life. Slow down, take a step back, and think on what you do to change the situations. Believing in something and just following is fine if you explore it thoroughly than blindly following it. Inner experience and exploration help in gaining the knowledge for you to implement. Without an experience, there is no knowledge of the experience. Knowledge and awareness are the key elements in believing in something that you would like to follow. It is about this inner belief and self-realization than simply a blind faith. God has given us the 5 senses through which we all can feel and experience. When we explore our inner self, then we can experience beyond these senses, which makes us a true soul and a true believer of the truth. This experience gives an ability to control our senses along with our emotions. There will be no suffering or pain as we embark on this spiritual path. Our mind is always wandering and thinking about many things. It will not take any rest, as during sleep also it is constantly busy with dreams. We are always in Maya because of this wandering leading to indecisiveness and unhappiness. Our thoughts are always outward bound in many directions in the material world, then inward and self-realization. We need to practice focusing on fewer thoughts and prioritizing them to achieve our goals. Goal-oriented or task-oriented mission requires complete focus on our thoughts. Our mind works better when we have clarity and fewer thoughts as opposed to several thoughts leading to confusion. We know the fact that overuse of anything wears it down. When our minds are overused, they certainly tend to wear us down, causing dementia, Alzheimer's, and depression at a later stage. We need to practice meditation, breathing, and yoga to control our thoughts and try to focus only on few. What is the meaning of our life and existence? Did we ever look inside and try to realize or understand our physical and spiritual existence? Physical form is temporary, which is recycled back to the earth, whereas our spiritual existence is eternal that goes from one physical body to another to learn the meaning of our existence. There is so much to learn from within ourselves or inner self. We still look outside or outer world to learn and understand physical and material world. We always get entangled in Maya and our desires are always pulling us down, never allowing us to rise above. This Maya and attachment to the material world enhances our egos, greed, and selfishness. Self-discipline, self-realization, and self-control through inner exploration, meditation, and yoga helps us in becoming a selfless, egoless, and divine person. We realize that we are all one as we accept and agree to our life conditions. The more we detach with external world, we tend to attach more to our inner self. Accept your past as we don't have any control over it. Appreciate and accept the present as it is based on your past karma, so you don't have any control over it also. We need to live in the present by paying all our dues while conditioning our karmic actions to plan for a better future. If our past dues are significant, then we have an opportunity to pay some in the present, reduce some dues by good karma in the present, and pay the remaining dues in the future. If your present is good, then your past must also be good. So why not enhance your future with all good karmas? If your past is bad, then your present will also be bad. And it takes a lot of conditioning in the present to be debt-free in the future. It is all about debits and credits in our P&L, as our balance sheet will be either negative or positive based on our karmic actions from the past, present, and future. Adopt an attitude to anticipate, be aware, accept, and appreciate the facts of life by abiding to the laws of karma. This helps in karmic balance through self-conditioning, along with self-realization to avoid any future sufferings. We can surely liberate ourselves by keeping our balance sheets positive to buy a one-way ticket to heaven. Service is a divine culture, which is to be performed selflessly through detaching ourselves from three key desires, such as wealth, body, and mind. This can only be achieved by relentlessly working towards using your wealth, body, and mind for community welfare. It is an honest and a selfless effort performed with full devotion, which leads to the realization of the divine wisdom within us. It makes us serene, egoless, and a humble person by the manifestation of the divine aura. Attachment to the material, physical, and sensual world hinders our path to the divine culture. Self-realization and renunciation of these pleasures frees us from the darkness of hell as we start seeking the light of heaven. We live our life based on how we all view things and desire them. Most common life that we try to live is in a materialistic world. It involves pride, ego, greed, jealousy, competition, comparison, and arrogance. We are always chasing our desires and our dreams to find happiness in acquiring all material objects. How can we find happiness in this material world? Anxiety, along with desperation to acquire materials, money, success, and fame, keeps us unsatisfied, unsettling, and unhappy. We start brewing egos, pride, greed, arrogance, and hatred. It is Maya and the illusions in this world that are making us crazy. A time in our life comes when we start self-realizing that nothing in this world matters, as they don't exist. The only thing that exists is us in the divine source. It leads us into exploring ourselves in the divine source. Instead of realizing earthly materials, we start realizing the divine source. It is the purpose and the real meaning of our life. From this point onwards, we will start detaching ourselves from the material world and start attaching to the divine source through inner connection. Slowly, we start uniting with self in the divine source to achieve a state of oneness through self-realization. Achieving oneness state becomes the purpose of life. Union of self with divinity leads into harmony and bliss. Why do we fear death and think that it is the end of our journey? Why not think that death is the beginning of our next journey? It is the reflection of life and union of the source. We review our life learnings and commit to a plan for our next journey. It takes many lives to gain wisdom, learn truth, and self-realization. Our karmic actions in this life will either put us ahead or behind in our next life. It is one step ahead or two steps backwards. Please note that if we realize quickly, we leave this life to make progress in the next life. If we take longer time to realize, then we will take a longer time to learn and make progress. The self-realization determines our death and salvation. History indicated that many spiritual and serene people died younger due to their self-realization and good deeds. Once our purpose is completely fulfilled, our time comes to unite with the source. We achieve moksha or mukti or salvation. After this, there won't be a rebirth again. Money makes money, and money makes many greedy and crazy. Let us make money to live and not live to make money. It is a requirement to live a purposeful life and certainly not a necessity to fulfill life purpose. The money will not follow you when you leave this world. The only thing that follows you is your goodness. Money can only be exchanged here in this world. It is not exchangeable when we die. The only thing that we can exchange in between our lives is our good deeds and good karma. Doesn't it make sense to earn a lot of goodness, then a lot of money in this life, so that the journey between our lives is very comfortable? It is very easy to earn money in this life than earning goodwill. We start our life desiring money, pleasures, and comforts. Our mindset is tuned to accumulate money to fulfill our desires than fulfilling our purpose. Self-realization is needed to change our mindset to start accumulating goodness to fulfill our life purpose. Materialistic achievement does not bring true happiness. It only gives us some pride and ego in the process of achievement. It makes us crazy until we achieve our possessions. Spiritual achievement brings us true happiness and contentment with full gratification with what we have than what we don't have. It gives a sense of gratification and acceptance of the things that come our way. This can only be achieved through self-realization. Happiness and blissfulness are two forms of joyful experiences. Chapter 3. Happiness and blissfulness. Happiness and blissfulness are two forms of joyful experiences, one being temporary and the other being eternal. Happiness is a sentient experience, an outcome of senses or attachment to the material world, whereas blissfulness is an insentient experience, an outcome of unconscious experience through detaching from this material world. Both are important in our pursuit to the life purpose. Practice of being happy through acceptance and gratification helps us to practice detachment from our desires and momentary pleasures to attain a higher state of blissfulness forever. Transition from physical happiness to spiritual happiness mandates the mental training to free us from our desires and egos to reach a state of higher selflessness and liberation. The basis for our happiness is our mindset, attitude, and personality. It requires the tuning of our mindset to align with a pleasant attitude and personality. A sense of satisfaction along with gratitude are the key elements in generating happiness in our life. We need to please ourselves and others to stay happy and peaceful. Kindness, compassion, and love are essential in our lives. Practicing these attributes sincerely helps in a smooth and happy sailing. Feeling ourselves alive every day is a happy experience, and making a difference in others' lives is ecstatic. Try to do things that makes you happy by enhancing the joy and peace. Socializing, indulging, traveling, and sports are some avenues that we can explore to enhance happiness. Friends and families can help, but our mindset and state of mind are important factors that help in the process of happiness. It is our thoughts and emotions that either make us happy or sorrow. Positive thoughts are good, so try to eliminate negative thoughts. How can we contain our desires and wants to stay happier? Note that our desires become wants, and our wants creates anxiety in the process of achievement. We are happy when we get what we want, and usually unhappy when we don't get what we want. Our life is a roller coaster ride with happy and unhappy events. It is in our hands on how we can balance these two different states of minds. It requires a lot of effort to practice abstinence from our desires and wants to maintain a state of solace. Desperation and dependency always cause pain and unhappiness in the process of desiring and wanting. Contentment and gratification are the two important elements that help us in containing desires and wants. We need to develop a habit of staying happy during the good and bad situations. Let us prioritize what is important in our life to stay happy. Too much of anything is not good, and we need to surely learn to make our desires and wants meaningful. Explore happiness within than elsewhere. Happiness within ourselves is eternal, whereas the happiness that is in our desires and pleasures is momentary. It is short-lived and causes a lot of anxiety and stress until we find it. Exploring within ourselves and self-realization gives us immense joy and happiness by showing us the difference between the materialistic and spiritual life. Life is very short, as nothing stays forever. So why do we have to cling to things that are not permanent? Smile is a pleasant expression of our state of mind as it relates to our happiness and well-being. It makes us look peaceful, loving, serene, and caring. It also makes others comfortable and attracts them towards us. Smile always represents divinity, whereas anger is an unpleasant expression of our state of mind as it relates to our unhappiness and uneasiness. It makes us look serious, mean, wicked, and evil. It is uncomfortable and pushes others away from us. Anger always represents evil. Smile and anger reside within us all the time. Anger always pushes the smile away, and it takes a lot of effort for the smile to push away anger. It requires conditioning of our mind and emotions, which is possible only with meditation and yoga. We should always let the smile live and kill the anger. Lead a happy and stress-free life by erasing and deleting negative people from our lives. We always think about negative people who bother us all the time, and we stress out for no reason. Simply think that they don't exist anymore, and their negativity does not impact us anymore. Another thing that can lead to unhappiness is the money and the pleasures that we don't have or can't afford. We develop jealousy when others are enjoying their life. Expectations, desires, and comparisons lead to hatred and unhappiness. Elimination of jealousy, hatred, and greediness brings solace and happiness. Too much attachment along with expectations also brings a lot of pain and sorrow. We always tend to attach to children, friends, and materials. We are always very anxious to retain them and worry about losing them. We expect a lot from them, and if we don't get it, we get disappointed. Happiness is fully realized when we attain our inner peace without any attachment or expectation. Explore within inner peace and realize joy. Inner peace leads us to gratitude and acceptance with appreciation, which helps in managing both the happiness and soreness in the same manner. When we expect or attach to a thing, we feel sorry, but when we accept or detach, then we feel happy. Self-realize to be happy. Trying to do something what others are failing to do is always fun to do. They fail because of giving up in the middle without trying due to lack of confidence and belief in their ability. It is always fun to do things that are difficult as they will differentiate you from others. Hard work, confidence, persistence, belief, and focus helps in the process of achievement. Truth, knowledge, and happiness helps achieving anything that you want to achieve. Just that our intention should be strong and efforts should be sincere. Everything falls in place as the secret forces help in aligning the activities in a favorable manner. Just keep slogging your way to the success as the forces cooperate. Every person can excel, but only few of them will operate at their full potential. The rest of them will manage at a lower potential. Try reaching to your highest potential to feel the greatest pleasure of joy. It is the path to a success that will make you want to do it again and again. It is the style of living that makes you feel different from others. Stress, anxiety, and unhappiness are not caused by external factors or physiological factors. They are the byproducts of our thoughts or emotions that were created by our mental state and its actions. These thoughts and emotions start impacting our behavior, health, and well-being with others around. It is all in our minds and we can control. When we all realize that everything around us is illusionary and not real, then we can condition our minds to reach a state of consciousness to control our thoughts and emotions so that we can avoid unhappiness, stress, and anxiety. There is no need to get anxious and restless about a thing that is not in our control. If it is meant for us, then we will certainly get it. If our intent is strong and our wish is sincere, then the universe will help us in making our wishes come true. If we have doubt in our mind, then it will not come for sure. Trust, belief, and confidence help achieve whatever we like without expectations. Please remember that expectations bring disappointments, so why not accept what comes our way with gratitude? Contentment brings happiness, joy, and peace in our lives. We achieve felicity through a conscious mind, a caring heart, a strong intent, and willful desire. This is being a true human being who is always thinking about others and works towards the welfare of the society. Know yourself first and enhance before correcting or enhancing others. We need to realize that we are all from the same source and made up of the same elements. So why do we behave or think or act differently? Patience, compassion, steady mind, caring heart, and good attitude are must for a true human. Adopt loving, caring, and selfless behavior while avoiding contentious arguments, hatred, and conflicting thoughts. This planet is created for everyone to live and enjoy. Let us not cheat, steal, and cause pain to others, as it does not serve any purpose. Live and let live. Condition ourselves by adopting the 6 key powerful attributes into our life's prime purpose, such as peace, balance, appreciation, happiness, gratification, and love. Let us try to meditate and breathe to condition, enrich, and enhance ourselves with these key attributes. These will help us in dealing with difficult situations that arise in our lives. Peace, balance, and appreciation brings harmony into our lives, while the happiness, gratification, and love brings bliss into our lives. We will be totally transformed from a chaotic, imbalanced, unhappy, and a hateful person to a serene, selfless, happy, and a loving soul through meditation and mental conditioning. Learn to be selfless and forgiving by letting go of ego and pride. The disasters occur when we are off balance from these attributes. The universe will lose its harmony, and the nature will adjust itself to bring everything under control through natural calamities. Balancing of the energies, both positive and negative, along with the universal forces, are necessary to maintain the universal harmony. Harmony and bliss rocks. Anxiety is the basis for our desires, greed, attachments, expectations, unhappiness, fear, and ignorance. We are always anxious about what is coming our way, whether we will get what we want or not. We panic about things that are not important and that which is not in our control. Unknown factors create fear and anxiety. Lie, deceit, stealing, and cheating also creates anxiety. Truth, awareness, confidence, and assertiveness are key elements to avoid anxiety and for a stress-free life. We should enhance our awareness and learn to be assertive to stay confident. We can get rid of anxiety by disowning the thoughts that are creating anxiety and stress. This will require us to practice self-control and self-discipline. Meditation, breathing, and yoga will certainly help in managing anxiety and stress. We need to explore inner peace by driving away our anxiety. It's like exploring light to drive away the darkness. Why do we get anxious or worry or stress out about something that is not in our control? Why not try to detach from an expectation or an outcome to stay calm and peaceful without anxiety? Why we like some people and don't like other people? Why do we perceive some as good and some as bad? Why do we try to be opinionated and don't accept other people's opinions? It is all about mental melodrama due to our egos, pride, and selfishness. We like what makes us happy or who makes us happy, and what we desire or want to achieve what we don't have. There is always a self-interest in our intentions or actions as our egos or pride come into play. If our likes are not aligned with others, we start disliking them. Sometimes if another person has something that we don't, then we will start envying them due to jealousy. We always try to create opinions about others and perceive them as either right or wrong based on our interests. Try looking for yourself or God in others. Then you will start liking them as you like yourself or God. Slowly we become happy when others are happy. This attitude makes us selfless, egoless, and prideless. We can achieve this when we completely surrender to your inner self and to God. In this state, we don't see any difference between likes or dislikes, good or bad, happiness or unhappiness, and success or failure. What are the most important things in our life? Is it money, power, pride, and fame? Or is it happiness, health, joy, family, and friends? We can achieve money, power, pride, fame, and still be unhappy, unhealthy, and uncultured. Money, power, pride, and fame are like the fruits of our efforts. They decay, degrade, decompose, and disappear when you store them, or not use them or share them with others. They also won't stay with you forever or accompany you when you leave. Happiness, joy, health, family, and friends always stay with you forever as you always live with them in their moments and cherish them for the entire life. They are like the roots or the foundation, which helps in staying strong, standing, and healthy with proper nourishment. They always stay with you forever. We can live without money, power, pride, and fame, but we can't live without joy, happiness, health, family, and friends. Enjoy the happy moments of our life with friends and family. Always use your money, power, and pride for the right cause and the right purpose. Strength is the energy of our life that is pushing us forward, whereas weakness is the stress in our life that is draining us backward. Strength makes us live life with happiness and joy, whereas weakness makes us kill life through pain and misery. We live every day with strength and we die every day with weakness. Strength leads to a goal of success, whereas weakness leads to a hole of failure. Success and failure are similar as life and death, which are similar as strength and weakness. They are like the two sides of a coin depicting strength as success and life, while weakness is failure and death. Please note that strength is eternal while weakness is mortal. Journey between life and death is like discharging of the strength into weakness due to stress, strain, pain, loss of energy, and unhappiness. Try enhancing strength through mental conditioning and proper diet to live a happy and a successful life. Strength makes us conscious and human, while weakness makes us unconscious and inhuman. Always be charged and live every moment. Happiness is a thought created by our own emotions through our own state of mind. Our thoughts and emotions can be controlled by our own conscious mind, but we seldom do it as our minds are always in a state of unconsciousness due to the influence of external factors, which makes us unhappy, frustrated, and angry. It is how we react. It depends on the state of our minds whether we are comfortable feeling happy or uncomfortable feeling not so happy. Don't seek happiness in money, pleasures, and pride as they are short-lived. We can extend our happiness through conditioning and controlling our thoughts through our conscious minds by seeking eternal happiness in sharing and serving. Always stay in consciousness to control your thoughts and emotions for achieving eternal happiness. It is in your hands and no one can control your thoughts and emotions. Always stay in control. Pursuit of happiness begins and ends within us only. Our thoughts and our emotions are the basis of our happiness. It is in our hands to keep them in happy mode. We don't need to travel places in pursuit of happiness. If we are happy within ourselves and stay put within, then the happiness is all around us. If we are a happy camper, everyone around us seems happy as well. We need to realize that gratitude is the best attitude. Try being thankful in every situation and stay in a happy zone. Why worry and be unhappy when we realize that things happen for a reason? Accept every situation and every moment to stay content. How can you share what you don't have with others? Say if you want to share love, kindness, happiness, and money, then you need to have them in your possession first before you start sharing them with others. This requires some effort on your part to first learn and feel the things that you want to share with others so that you know what they like and how they feel. For this, you need to first start loving yourself and try to understand what love is and how it feels. Some feel that this is a selfish behavior, but it is not, as the intention behind is fair. Similarly, you need to be happy and kind to be kind and share happiness with others. Finally, you need to be wealthy enough to share your money with others. Being compassionate and giving is divinity, which can be developed by learning to expand consciousness to detach ourselves from the desires and wishes. Greed and attachment to the materialistic world will not let us be compassionate with others. Let go your possessiveness with things that matter most to you. This is the sacrifice you need to make to become a compassionate person. The problems, challenges, and difficulties are only temporary as they go away after some time, but our purpose always remains permanent until it is achieved. We come with an inner energy which comes handy during the difficult times. We just need to use our inner energy to make our difficulties simple. We are here for a purpose, and we are made to overcome these problems and challenges as we fulfill our purpose. Everything in this universe is made of the same matter that is created by cosmos. We humans are also the same, as we are all made of the same matter, both physical and subtle bodies. The functionality of our hardware and software differs as they are based on our karma and the destiny that we created. The coding and sequencing also differ from one person to the other. Our thoughts, intentions, emotions, and expectations are also different from one person to another based on wishes, desires, and aspirations. These will attract our interests from the universe, such as happiness, joy, health, and wealth. The awareness and the ignorance play a key role in attracting or limiting different forms of abundance. The power of our intentions helps in achieving many abundances. We are attracting what we are aspiring from this universe, and it is helping in this process of achievement. Our ignorance and disinterest is pushing back our fortunes in the universe. Be careful in what you wish for. If you wish for disaster, you will attract disaster. Stay away from negativity, as it can only destroy you. Having faith in ourselves and hope in our destiny will put us on the right track. Faith in self always helps in facing difficulties and health issues in our life. Always be prepared to the surprises by expecting the unexpected. Health and happiness are very important in our lives. Mind over medicines and faith over difficulties helps in leading a healthy and serene life. Nothing is permanent in this world, as they change according to our thinking pattern. Believe in yourself and condition your body and mind to free up all. The health-related worries, our mind, thoughts, and emotions have the healing powers, so use them to our favor. Medicines can cure the ailments, but mind can do wonders if applied properly. It is very easy to say yes to many, but very hard to say no to few. It is our desires and temptations which lures us in saying yes. We always indulge and get addicted to certain habits that will either elevate us or depress us. It takes a lot of self-control and discipline to say no to some of our desires and indulgence. Similarly, it takes a lot of discipline and self-control to say yes to quit indulging in a bad habit or start practicing a good habit, such as yoga, exercise, meditation, and breathing. It is about satisfying our physical desires or spiritual happiness. Either we can go into our lower self or elevate into our higher self. One is very easy and the other is difficult. The more we succeed in saying no to a bad habit, the more we become stronger in abstaining from our desires. This helps in taking control of our habits than our habits taking control of us. It is all about our dependency and attachment to our desires. Learn to detach from our desires and habits to liberate ourselves from the dependency. A beginning could have an ending, or an ending could be a beginning of a new beginning. Note that there will be no end as one stops, another one begins. I guess the beginning could lead into another beginning, or ending is the end of beginning. Beginning follows an ending, or an ending follows a beginning. The beginning is always unclear, but the end will be very clear. Let us be grateful and accept both the beginning and ending, or anything that comes into our lives. A selfless motive always brings happiness because there are no strings attached. If your motive is a selfish one, then there are some expectations attached when not met can only bring unhappiness. Please note that giving, sharing, caring, and loving are meant to be unconditional in nature, and we cannot attach expectations. The more generous we are with these attributes, the happier we will be. We can be generous with any of these attributes. The generosity does not have to be just money. Psychological, moral, physical, and spiritual support is also considered as a selfless act that can bring happiness to us. This act of generosity must be genuine, sincere, and should be coming from the heart to make everyone happy, including us. We need to remember that we all are same and came into this world with nothing, and we all leave this world with nothing. It is just a matter of sharing the joy together with everyone than thinking about just us. Relationships are always based on trust and commitment. Chapter 4. Relationships and Forgiveness. Relationships are always based on trust and commitment. It should not be based on desire or want. It is based on unconditional and selfless motive to bridge people together to maintain a state of communion that is trustworthy and reliable. Each one is concerned about the well-being of other person. Relationships are strengthened by alignment, union, and common interests. Lie, cheating, deception, greed, and mistrust are the weakest links in any relationship, which is purely based on selfish motives. There is always an attachment and expectation to a relationship for personal gain. A relationship with an expectation or a selfish motive does not last for long. The bridge or link breaks once an outcome is achieved, positive or negative, as it is temporary. Strengthen relationships through a selfless motive that involves trust and detachment from the outcome. Say goodbye to me and welcome us to form a healthy relationship. There should be no room for any expectation or greed. Everyone will work towards a common interest that benefits all, which leads to an ever long-lasting relationship. The universe is well connected to all living beings, most specifically to human beings. Our life is always in different vibrations, at different frequencies, generating positive and negative energies that either attract or repel the material world towards us or away from us. Universal law controls and manages the law of attraction or repulsion based on our intentions, thoughts, and actions. The universe will cooperate with us if our vibrations are aligned with the universal system. This will help us in attracting everything that we desire towards us, making us either happy or sad. Our positive vibrations will attract all the good things, and our negative vibrations attract all the bad things towards us. Alignment and frequency of the vibrations are very critical. On the other hand, if we are chasing wealth with wrong intentions, then the law of repulsion will push away the wealth from us. Similarly, if we are trying to adopt positive habits, then the law of repulsion will push away all the negative habits. Note that intentions and thoughts should be very strong and vibrating in the same frequency. We don't realize what we have now. We usually take them all for granted and lose them for sure. The time is always moving forward, and so is our life. Time will never come back, and so is our past. The present will become the past, and the future will become the present. Similarly, we lose people with time that we love eventually. It is important to use the time to the best of our ability. We always take people that we love for granted every day. We realize it only after they leave us, and it is too late to get them back. Friendships and relationships are important, and if we break them, it is very hard to fix. Trust, belief, and care keeps us together, and if we lose them, it is hard to regain back. Don't let egos and pride come in our way, as they certainly keep us apart from all our loved ones. Life is very beautiful, and it is in our hands to make it better. Always try to keep in touch with families, friends, and well-wishers. They make us happy, safe, and secure. Positivity between the relationships is good for our living. Learn seeing good in people than seeing bad. Every person has good and bad qualities. The wise thing is to appreciate good and ignore bad. We don't have a right to judge any person based on their qualities. We like to criticize people and gossip for no reason. It may be due to jealousy, insecurity, or comparison. It is how we expose ourselves. We are always trying to find mean mentality in others than positivity. It is like picking up garbage from one place and putting it in another place. We take pleasure in talking bad and judging others. Attitude like this can only break the relations. Develop an attitude that strengthens the relations through positivity and compassion. Always appreciate and praise goodness in others to express our goodness. Relationships either make or break based on our attitudes. Negativity, hatred, jealousy, and lack of trust weakens our relationships. Our egos and pride keep us at distance with others, as our selfishness keep us closer to self. It requires a lot of efforts to build and make a relationship. To maintain a relationship, we will need trust, commitment, and care. Life is good, so be good and be well. How can we live our life without fear? We fear about everything in our lives, such as losing a job, wealth, health, life, relationships, security, and peace. We usually create fear in our minds through our thoughts and emotions. We fear of unknown and uncertainty. We are attached to everything so much that we always fear of losing them. The only way we can fight fear is through learning, detaching, and accepting. Fear is like darkness, as we don't know what is ahead or behind or on side. The learning and wisdom bring light to drive away the darkness. Practicing detachment and the acceptance always reduces our pain due to fear. When we all realize that nothing is permanent, then fear of losing doesn't make any sense. Life is constantly in motion and doesn't stay still, so there is no point clinging on to something that doesn't exist. Did we ever try to know ourselves and others living around us? Try to learn our desires and wants first so that we can learn about others. It is not about us all the time. We need to think about others and try to make them comfortable. How many times we think about what a spouse or a child or a friend or a colleague wants? We rarely pay attention to their wants and always worry about our desires or wants. Relationships are critical. Instead of talking about us, why don't we try to listen and try to understand what the others want? When we pay attention to all others, then we can certainly make a huge difference in their lives. It should be the style of our living. We can build strong relationships through this strategy. It applies in the business also, as we need to know about the customers and the markets to excel. Try to replace the four wheels of our life, selfishness, jealousy, pride, and hatred with compassion, kindness, civility, and humility to enjoy a joyful and a smooth life journey. If we use the first set of four wheels, then our life journey will always be rough and bumpy. We are anxious and worrisome all the time and cause inconvenience to others. Our selfless attitude with full gratitude helps us maintain a balance in our life that can take us a long way. Do we know that each one of us at some point in our life will interact with angels or masters who will pull us out of difficulties and put us on a right path? They could be our parents, spouse, friend, daughter, son, or a total stranger who may come into our life at the right time. We need to build strong relationship with them. These are the people who may inspire us or motivate us or pull us out of a dire situation. Our destiny places them when we need them as a boon. We should recognize them to get benefited. How, where, and when they act is not in our control. Our karmic actions will either expedite or delay their actions. In my life journey, I have certainly got my share of benefits through these messengers and masters. When I was a child, my mom was the force behind me, and as I was growing up, it was all my friends. When I got married, it is my wife. In my entrepreneurial life, a friend of mine made a difference. And in the middle age, it is the self-realization. Did we ever realize how talking is so simple, but also so complex to manage relations? It is a very powerful tool that we have if we use it appropriately. It is how we all communicate, express, teach, and preach to make the utmost sense to all. It is the index of our identity, personality, and relationships. When we talk, people assess the state of our consciousness and wisdom. We need to be careful when we talk to people, as it must be a fact and should be very appropriate for that situation. Try listening first before you talk so that you know the situation and expectations. Purpose, clarity, and timing are the key elements. Don't talk what you want to. Say, talk what others want to listen or what makes sense at that very particular moment. Always try to pause, listen, think, and then talk. Talk should not be cheap as it loses its value once delivered. It should be very precious and very valuable so that when you say something, it should be valuable and very meaningful. It can either make or break a relationship. Talk truth, talk sense, talk clear, talk appropriately, and talk timely. Always talk with full awareness and always talk less. It should be like pearls of wisdom. Don't waste your talk in gossiping, demeaning, criticizing, and self-praising. Talk is so easy and so simple, but very complex to understand and implement. Why people take credit for a success even though several people and other elements are involved in the process? Success comes when there is alignment between these support systems and the timing. Our destiny and karma play a significant role in the success. We cannot solely succeed ever without the help of others and all their support. Please note that relationships do matter in the success process. Our fortune is always influenced by the universe and divine forces. Intentions, efforts, determination, and support from others help in our success. Recognition and credit should be given to all people involved in the success, including God and universal system. Motives also matter in a success process. Selfless motives always prevail over selfish motives. The universe and divine forces also help in the process of a selfless success. Selfish motive benefits very few, while selfless motive benefits many. Appreciate, acknowledge, recognize, and benefit many. Appreciation and recognition are the key principles that we need to express when people deserve. We are stingy when it comes to appreciation or recognition. Even though we feel like appreciating, we don't express when needed. The more we express appreciation or recognition, the more we become a good person. What is the point of appreciating after the fact? When we appreciate someone, we will get 10 times more of the appreciation. It is the law of the universe. It doesn't cost us any money. It only gives happiness. The more we spend, the more we gain. The value of appreciation is more when we express quickly. If you wait too long, then it may not be valuable. We tend to appreciate people when they are either gone or not around. People need to feel their appreciation when recognized to realize their efforts. This motivates and encourages them to do a much better job as they feel that their contribution added value to others. Remember that appreciation and recognition will always bring satisfaction to all and strengthens relationships. We always try to change others or get upset on others or try to judge or perceive others based on our own thoughts and emotions. Remember that we own our thoughts and our emotions as we always become our thought or emotion. When we judge others based on our perceptions, we either look for good or bad, again based on what thought we owned. We either associate with good or we disassociate with bad to change our thoughts and emotions. This helps in looking for good or positivity in a person and become comfortable. If we realize that we are all one source and interconnected with the divinity, then we will stop judging or perceiving others differently. Believe in oneness and start self-realization. Gratitude and forgiveness helps us in detaching from our ill feelings and hatred towards other people. When our journey is short, why do we hate other people? Why not be thankful for what we have and forgive them? Gratitude and forgiveness elevates us to a higher state of human life. If we can give, then it is easy to forgive and forget. Forgiveness is a blessing that helps in dissociating with ill thoughts and emotions that haunt us when we all get hurt by someone. Retaliation is going to aggravate a situation and does not heal the suffering. Why not try forgiveness, as it is a panacea to any pain or suffering that is caused by someone we know? It is not worth expending our energies in the process of suffering and retaliation. Forgiveness bridges and strengthens relationships by eliminating tensions and distance between people. Also, it makes others realize their shame and guilt. Forgiveness or pardoning discharges vulnerability and charges gratification towards each other. It is not easy to forgive someone who caused us pain. We need to develop this attitude through self-realization. Learn to let go and enjoy the living. Attitude influences our personalities, and our behaviors are the result of our thoughts. Our thoughts become our actions, which may be positive or negative. Our attitudes always try to balance our thoughts to help in the process of forgiveness. We need to develop an attitude of gratitude to be able to forgive people. Let us realize, reset, and realign mindsets. Our egos are like the volcanoes, and our anger is like a lava. Our anger is contained in our egos, and it erupts if someone tries to hurt it. We carry so much of heat and negativity, such as lava waiting to destroy and wipe out whoever turns against us. It is very hard to contain our anger if we can't contain our egos. Try to refrain from retaliation to avoid further damage. It requires a tremendous effort to let go our egos and start forgiving people. We need to fill in so much of positivity to freeze the anger of lava. It is a total transformation that helps in keeping us quiet and calm to bear the positivity of forgiveness. Staying calm and quiet helps in driving away egos. Forgiveness, forgetfulness, and appreciation are the three best attitudes that we can adopt to achieve a sense of gratification. When we throw a fireball of anger at someone, expect at least 10 fireballs to come our way. Ego erupts 10 times more when it gets irritated. We need to develop an attitude where if someone throws a fireball at us, we just need to throw back a flower ball. This surely will change the response that we receive from the other end. This is only possible when we freeze out the heat of negativity and fill it with a fragrance of positivity. Who is responsible for our actions and reactions? Should we blame the people around us or blame the situations that are not in our favor? We always blame someone or a situation if something goes wrong. We don't accept our mistakes and always find reasons to cover up. We are the reason for our actions and the karma that we carry from our previous actions. Acceptance and forgiveness make us simple or serene so that our ego gets tamed to let go our expectations. Remember, when we point a finger at someone, 4 of our fingers are pointing at us. Learn to deal with mistakes or situations, and please realize that it is all in our minds and how we perceive things. Time shall pass by as nothing is permanent in this material world. Forgiveness and forgetfulness are the 2 key habits that we need to develop as they help all of us in the process of enhancement to a higher self. Full consciousness, selflessness, egoless, and complete oneness. This practice requires self-control, self-realization, and self-discipline. Have you ever blessed someone or loved someone who either hurt you or hated you? It takes a lot of courage to do so, but the results are always amazing. The universal law states that you get what you give. Our ego and pride always come in our way as you try to either hurt or hate them back. It is a natural reaction. Forgiveness makes you do the opposite by detaching yourself from the experience. This deviation from natural reaction results in wonders. Forgetfulness relieves the pain and suffering from an unpleasant event. Forgiving and forgetting enhances peace, harmony, and happiness. Cursing and criticizing others can only bring negativity within us and others. It makes us a shallow person and drives everyone away from us. By judging others, we are exposing our shallowness and meanness. It is leading us to a life filled with stress, anxiety, and unhappiness. Detaching ourselves from cursing others while attaching to an attitude of blessing and forgiveness makes us a serene and humane. An intention is a will to achieve our aspirations with full consciousness. Chapter 5. Intentions and Mindset. An intention is a will to achieve our aspirations with full consciousness. A wish is a desire that we all like to achieve for satisfying our egos and senses with unconsciousness. If our intent is true and will is strong, then the universe will work with us in the process of achievement. Intentions are powerful when they are truly real, without an ego and not associated with any outcome. Our wishes are like dreams, and they rarely happen or happen only if you work towards it. Motive leads to the achievement, and they can't be real all the time. The motives are always self-driven in the case of our wishes and desires. Intentions are always driven by our will along with destiny and cooperation from the universe. It is the intent that benefits everyone, while wishes and desires are only benefiting the wisher or the desirer unless we associate an intent to our wishes and desires. Selfless motives are value-driven than selfish motives. So why not try to intend for selfless motives without any expectations? Selfless conduct should be our life's purpose for everything to fall in place. If we realize the secret of our life, we can achieve our desires and dreams through our intentions, thoughts, and imagination. Our thoughts are put into action to create energy that aligns with the universal system to manifest our thoughts and imagination. This process can be applied to personal, professional, spiritual, and communal aspirations to do good to self and the community. If we intend good, we will attract good things into our life. Positive energy should be created everywhere around us. Don't try to interpret an outcome of a situation to find out why it has happened. Always stay calm, as it is a temporary situation, and it will go away soon. It is not you, as it is your karma that is haunting, and once you serve karma, it will be over. Pain is felt by the body, while the suffering is felt by the mind. Beyond our body and mind, there is no pain or suffering, since we are completely detached and there is no sense of resistance due to the buoyancy. Our subtle bodies are just floating in a blissful state in full consciousness. Situations can be changed with power of intentions. This requires an intense focus on a situation with a true faith for an intention to influence an outcome of any situation. A desire to change a situation needs an intention and a complete alignment with the universal system. This alignment with the universe is very sensitive to our intentions and focus. The intensity of the intention should be strong to influence a situation in your favor. Too many desires will lead to too many wants, and too many wants lead to too many worries, and too many worries lead to too many pains. Abstinence from our desires and wants are the key to eliminating worries and pains due to our wants. The less materialistic we are, the happier and more peaceful we will be. Instead of materialistic wants, we should desire for spiritualistic wants to keep us on a track towards an inner contentment. We can achieve this through yoga, meditation, body, mind, and soul alignment. When we are selfless, egoless, and prideless, then we tend to go down to the earth to start elevating and enlightening. We need to practice eliminating our egos, pride, desires, jealousy, and wishes to go down to the earth. This way, we become buoyant to start our journey into the higher self. We go down to rise. Jealousy, greed, meanness, and hatred are the 4 prickly thorns that we should cut off to improve our behavior and culture. These are the selfish acts that we all should avoid by practicing yoga, meditation, and breathing. Once we eliminate these bad actors, we all will start elevating ourselves to enlighten others. The sense of achievement is now or never. If we don't achieve now, how can we achieve later? To reach the pinnacle, you need to achieve one step at a time and feel that moment and try to climb another step. Taking a leap into future can only make you fall back, as you will miss that sense of gradual progress. Future is only an illusion of what we want and what we like to achieve. We have no control on how we can achieve our wishes without experiencing and learning from the present moment. There will be many challenges and obstacles in our way that we need to maneuver, which is only possible when we are prepared and aware of the current situation. Our life goes in different stages in many ways based on our state of mind. A happy stage when all your dream comes true. An anxiety stage when you have too many desires. A sad stage when you are unhappy or disappointed. And a content stage when you don't expect anything by accepting everything that comes your way. We create these different stages for ourselves through our own thoughts and desires. We have too many likes and wants with a lot of expectations. If we achieve them, we are happy. If we are waiting, we are anxious. And if we don't get them, we are sorry. It is in our hands to balance our likes and wants without any expectation. Expectations causes anxiety and pain when we don't get what we desire. Acceptance minimizes pain and unhappiness when we don't expect any outcome from actions. Try focusing on one desire at a time, then many desires. Desire creates a thought, while a thought creates an action. And an action creates a joy if everything aligns with the universe. Try looking back and find out what we have achieved and what we have missed. Our past should be something that we can cherish, then worry about what we have missed. Let us try learning from the past and act in the present time to secure a better present and a better future. Our past is a memory. Future is an illusion, and present is a fact. Memory from past helps dealing with the present facts of life, and the present fact of life helps in dreaming about the future life. Live in the present moment by cherishing the past and foreseeing the future. This is the art of living. Past events teach about the present, and present moments teach about the future events. Note that some are in our control, and some are controlled by our destiny, and some are controlled by us in the destiny. Luck, hard work, and chance plays a major role in our life. Art of living is nothing but enjoying the present moment to the fullest before you get to the next moment. Don't wait too long and worry about the unknown future, which is not in your control, without enjoying what you have in your possession. Learn, achieve, feel, and enjoy every step of your way to reach the top without going through anxiety and pain. The sense of gratification, satisfaction, and joyfulness are life essentials. Trust, belief, courage, and a strong mind are needed to influence body, thinking, and behavior. Thinking is very easy, and living in your thoughts is the most difficult action. Similarly, talking or learning is easy, but walking the talk or applying the learning is the most difficult action. It requires courage to mobilize your thoughts and accept any outcome. Believe in the law of secret and the law of attraction to make things happen. Trust in yourself to make your thoughts into actions to attract your goals to you. Strong mind helps stay focused to achieve anything in this universe. Of course, there will be uphill and downhills to maneuver to reach your destiny. Make your thoughts become reality. Everyone has a fire inside them that fuels up their desires and wants to make their dreams come true. They need a passion that lights up their fire to propel them forward towards their goal. It is not possible for all to light up their fire, as it requires the energy to ignite their desire. Create energy through passion and work towards your destiny. Enjoy the ride. Alignment, equilibrium, balance, and stability leads to harmony. Every activity needs to be in full balance and total alignment. It is up to us on how we would like to balance and align with people, procedures, and systems. It does require common understanding with a universal outcome with no expectations. Rigidity, inflexibility, imbalance, and misalignment leads to failures and disasters. There is always a motive and a lot of expectations among the people involved. Due to self-interest and egos, everyone is trying to drag the outcome in their favor, leading to a disaster. Full understanding and flexibility are needed to be balanced and fully aligned. To be successful, we need to be moving towards a common goal that benefits everyone. It is better to align yourself in line with the goals. Cooperate, coordinate, commit, and communicate with all the parties to make things happen as planned. Intuition is an inherent quality that is inbuilt in everyone. It is a natural ability we all have, which we seldom use. It all depends on how, when, and how much we use it to expect the unexpected things to happen in our lives. Let us use intuition to anticipate problems before they occur, or find opportunities at the right time or plan, being ready to face any challenge. We all need to be into it in recognizing the pitfalls. Always try to use intuition by freeing up your mind and staying focused to achieve your desires. Change is imminent in this world, as nothing is permanent. Our life is in a state of flux, as constantly everything is changing within us and around us. When our life is in still or in static, then everything stops to exist around us. Our life is constantly changing until we don't exist physically anymore. Nothing in life is granted except our death, which is rest assured. We don't know when it comes or how it comes, as we can't predict death. Life can be aborted in a minute, but death cannot be. We live in this world temporarily, only to die permanently when we get to the end of the tunnel. The spiritual path always leads into detachment, whether it is between a person to person or a person to a material or a soul to a body. When we start to realize and try to understand separation process, then there won't be any pain during the separation. The detachment always leads to the spirituality and liberation. Ignorance leads to darkness into an unknown territory. We get lost in darkness, while unknown territory brings fear and anxiety. We always get lost in darkness and live in a world of nowhere. Lack of knowledge makes us less confident and more arrogant. It is like clouds bringing darkness and rain to the earth. We need a light of knowledge that can wipe out the darkness to gain confidence and maturity. Sun is like a teacher who helps in bringing light of the knowledge by driving away the clouds and ignorance from our lives. We can achieve knowledge and wisdom from reading books through our experiences and discussions. Unpredictability leads to anxiety, confusion, insecurity, and fear, as we are not prepared or ready to handle a situation. Everything catches us off guard when we are not ready, as they happen quickly. It could be an infection or an accident or a death. We live in fear, not knowing what is going to happen next moment. We need alignment and balance between our body, mind, and soul to predict the unpredictable. It is not easy to attain that state of detachment, which is needed to manage these difficult moments. Life is not just living with a lot of expectations and attachments. It is an institution to learn and live without expectations and full gratification. Acceptability of the reality leads into a peaceful and purposeful life. It is not I or me that matters. It is all about we or us that matters. Try detaching to attach to people, society, and communities. Realistic people are very stable, mature, and fact-oriented. They usually tend to be practical and only believe in real facts. They don't agree or disagree with anything and just go with a solid plan based on the evidence-based facts. There are no assumptions or expectations, as they simply just follow the plan and are sure of the outcome. Always try to be realistic with some optimism and stay away from pessimism. Probabilities are more in being realistic. Rigidity, inflexibility, imbalance, and misalignment always leads to failures and disasters. There is a motive and a lot of expectations among the people involved. Due to the self-interest and egos, everyone will be desiring some outcome in their favor, leading to a failure and a disaster. Full understanding, alignment, and flexibility are needed to be successful. We need to sacrifice our ability to attach to a desired outcome. It is easy to get distressed when everything is going against us. It is not so difficult to withstand the downtrend when we all believe in the hope that we can evolve out of any situation using our inner energy. How many of us realize that we can evolve from any difficult situation? Each human being is inbuilt with limitless power and energy that can be used during difficult time. We should know how to control and transform this inner energy into a path free of distress. This requires a desire, a hope, and a belief in your ability to transform any problem into a solution. Entire universe exists because of this limitless energy, which tries to move and balance the whole universal system. It knows when and how to use this energy when needed. Similarly, humans need to know when and how to use that inner energy to transform themselves by evolving out of any difficult situation. Life is unpredictable, but we still believe in predictions and try to predict tomorrow or future. What is the point of predicting a future when we are living in a world of uncertainties? We usually don't know what is going to happen in the next moment, as we are fully engulfed in Maya around us. Our mind is always roaming in the past or exploring the future without realizing uncertainties of the present. Uncertainties and the surprises are the unknown facts of our lives if we are blindfolded. We need to be in a state of consciousness to deal with the uncertainties of our life. Universe, nature, and our lives are influenced by our intentions, thoughts, emotions, and the state of our minds. Of course, the Lord plays a key role in programming the entire universal system. The only way we can be prepared to understand and accept the facts of the uncertainties is by letting go our expectations in our life. Distancing, abstinence, fasting, and quarantining are all good practices if followed religiously. It requires self-discipline and self-control to maintain and follow these principles. They all have positive impact on our lives when we practice them. Social distance and quarantine certainly help in containing the infections, whereas fasting helps in lowering the body weight, and abstinence helps in changing a bad habit, whether drinking or other cravings. There are 4 types of fasting, like eating, breathing, talking, and walking. Each type of fasting has positive impact on our bodies and minds. The fasting of eating makes us healthy. The fasting of breathing makes us live longer. The fasting of talking makes us peaceful. And finally, fasting of walking makes us stable. Let us be in control. When do we experience heaven or hell? Is it while we live or after we leave? No one knows what is in the store for us after we leave the earth. It is only our perception that we either go to heaven or hell based on our karma from the present life. It is the knowledge that we acquired through scriptures or teachings, which states that we suffer in hell or enjoy in heaven based on our actions and destiny. If you think heaven or hell exists within us only, not below or above as we always imagine. We create heaven or hell in this life through our own thoughts, emotions, and actions. Mind and our actions control our destiny and decides whether we should suffer or stay happy. Conditioning of our mind through consciousness via meditation and breathing exercises are needed to keep our thoughts and actions in a positive territory to help stay in a heavenly state of joy or bliss. Greed, hatred, frustration, anger, jealousy, and selfishness corrupt our mind and impacts our bodies by putting us through hell and turmoil. Generosity, selflessness, joyfulness, lovingness, kindness, and caring enhances our mind, body, and soul by putting us in joyful moments of heaven. Enjoy the heaven by eliminating hell and turmoil around us. Character is the impression of our behavior, which springs out from our own thoughts and emotions. It is the basis of our humility and arrogance, which are the two sides of the same coin. One side makes us human, and the other makes us animals. Our actions are the reactions to our thoughts, and the results are either joyfulness or sorrow to self or others. Some thoughts are intentional, and some others are spontaneous, but the outcome is always same based on thoughts and our intentions. We sow our seeds of thoughts to either bloom into beautiful florets or grow into thick, sharp thorns. Joy and pain are reactions to our thoughts, intentions, and actions. Remember that if you cause pain to others, you will receive twice the same pain. Why not give joy to others so that we will also be joyful in our lives? Criticism is like a boon thrown at you without any solicitation by families, friends, enemies, and colleagues. Whether negative or positive, the impact varies based on how we receive and respond. Conscious person receives the criticism and uses it favorably, whereas a sensitive person reacts to it unfavorably. Positive criticism allows you to learn and correct the flaws, while negative criticism allows you to raise the bar to enhance yourself. It happens only when you receive the criticism with a conscious and a steady mind. Learn to endure from criticism positively, as it can only enhance. Develop an attitude to convert all difficulties and challenges into easy solutions, then turning them into difficult problems. It is all in our mind to make life easy. Appreciation is a class act of being a good human soul. Appreciation of others always enhances stature and well-being of yourself, along with the community around you. Everyone and everything around us deserve appreciation as they are created in the similar manner as ourselves. It is the appreciation and gratitude that moves us to a higher level. Start every day by appreciating God, yourself, parents, spouse, children, friends, colleagues, bosses, pets, plants, animals, and nature, as you have nothing to lose. Enhancing ourselves through praising others through a simple appreciation takes us a long way. It takes a lot of courage to appreciate others and be grateful as we are busy thinking about self. Our sensory cravings and bodily desires are hard to contain. These cravings and desires are managed and controlled by our mind state of consciousness. Conscious mind is constantly telling us to control and contain these cravings, desires, and feelings, whereas unconscious mind is telling us to be ignorant, along with enhancing the urge to satisfy all our cravings, desires, and feelings. It is very natural and normal to have these cravings, desires, and feelings to enjoy our life if we don't completely depend on them. They should be in moderation if we want a balanced life. Abusing senses and body only leads to health and social issues, so always try to balance your mind, body, and senses. We need to train and condition our state of mind too. Control and contain these cravings, desires, and feelings. Controlling our minds through self-control and abstinence is a very difficult task, but not impossible. We need discipline and attention to the detachment from these cravings. It is a practice that involves breathing, meditation, yoga, and discipline. If you want to be on a spiritual path, there is no room for desires, wishes, cravings, and addictions. It is about balancing our karma and destiny. Who says heaven is up somewhere and hell is down under the earth? If you think both are here within your reach and within yourself. When you are happy, pleasant, and nice to people around you, then you are in heaven. Similarly, if you are angry, frustrated, mean, and hurt people around you, then you are in hell. You create your own heaven and hell for yourself and others through your own actions, behavior, and its reactions. Why can't we all put an effort to be nice and make this world a heavenly place? The universe is created so beautifully by the higher self, and it exists for all of us to enjoy and cherish. Feel the presence of the joy and the beautiful nature around us. I am sure we all will enjoy it. This world is created for everyone, and all of us are the same. So why do we differ with each other and start feeling possessive, greedy, and selfish? Let everyone live happily and always try to help than hurt. You help yourself when you help others, and that is the fact. Live and let others live. Our bodies are the vehicles that our soul uses to live and perform lively activities. We need to respect and treat our bodies with utmost care so that they are in pristine condition to carry us forward for a longer time to lead a purposeful life. What we eat or what we do with our bodies does matter a lot to our bodies, mind, and soul. Respect and maintain bodies. We can't abuse bodies by exposing them to harsh weather, overeating, drinking, smoking, and drugs. We must take care of bodies and maintain them properly. This way we can avoid major issues to our vital organs, such as heart, liver, lungs, kidneys, and brain. Body, mind, and soul balancing is very important as it helps us stay in consciousness or change from unconsciousness to consciousness. Our bodies will age chronologically, biologically, and psychologically. Aging process is more dependent on the biological and psychological than the chronological factors. Our cells rejuvenate every day based on the impact of our biological and the psychological system. The factors such as happiness, depression, and stress have positive and negative effects on how our bodies age. Our mind and food that we eat play a major role in how our bodies are maintained over a period. Some say stay away from the bad or evil people and start associating with the good or positive people to lead a happy life. It is hard to find good people these days, as every person has some good and some bad in different proportions. It is up to us to leverage the good and eliminate the bad. If you are happy, then everything looks good. And if you are unhappy, then everything looks bad. Situations make a person good or bad. It is hard to run away from people and situations. We must deal with the situations and make the best out of them, as it is all about making things work in your favor. Our soul or subtle bodies are initially programmed with a good software, which helps in the body, mind, and soul alignment. As we grow, we tend to get influenced by our thoughts, emotions, and situations around us. These situations start corrupting our software like a virus by slowing us down through the misalignment of the body, mind, and soul. The only program that helps like an antivirus in the purification process is yoga, meditation, and breathing exercises. Abstinence enhances self-control, concentration, and brain power. It is hard to resist our temptations as we need a strong will to abstain all the things that weaken us. Some of the habits come in our way of personal enhancement along with a dent to our social image and success. We need to train our minds to win over our cravings like eating, drinking, smoking, and gambling. Meditation and yoga can certainly help in the process of abstinence by improving self-esteem and control. It is always a challenge to completely abstain from our desires. It requires a steady practice to detach from all our cravings. Self-awareness, self-control, discipline, self-esteem, and self-enhancement are some of the key elements for a sensible life. You can either conquer your desires or get conquered. Knowledge alliance is an important principle that most successful entrepreneurs follow to accomplish their life goals. This practice helps in seeking, learning, sharing, and applying knowledge to succeed or reach their goal. It is not easy to achieve our desires working alone. We need like-minded people who are trustworthy, amicable, and knowledgeable to work together to achieve the desired value. Look around and identify people that you can trust. Associate with who are equally knowledgeable. It is a mutual game that should benefit everyone in the Knowledge Alliance. We know that the rivers of wisdom join forces to become an ocean of knowledge. The alignment between the members of the Alliance is the key to the success, as they know on how to leverage their knowledge to benefit the association and improve the quality of life. Quality should be a culture that is practiced religiously. A mindset is not enough. We need to walk the talk. What is the point of talking about quality when it is not practiced? Integrity is the measure of our culture and practice, which gives assurance that the quality is built into the people, processes, and products. Procedures need to be understood, followed, executed, and documented. Creativity, intelligence, and intuition are only built in the human beings, which gives them the ability to think, explore, predict, and create. Unlike all the animals, we humans can control our body, mind, and soul through enhancing our higher consciousness to a superconscious mind to connect to the God in the universe for creating value. Our intelligence and intuition initially are in a dormant state that requires to be activated or charged to be utilized to explore, predict, and create. Most of us are ignorant of this fact and simply waste all our resources that are available within us to benefit the humankind and the environment. This power needs to be triggered to enlighten wisdom. When charged, our intelligence and intuition will lead us to an ocean of secret knowledge space available outside of us in the universe, which helps in creating immense value to the humankind and the community. There are living human legends that we can count who have unleashed their power of knowledge, intuition, and intelligence to make significant difference to the humankind. Drive away the animal instincts and bring out a superhuman within yourself. Our thoughts and actions make us who we are in our lifetime. Fear makes us weak and incompetent, whereas faith makes us strong and competent. Ignorance leads us to the fear, and wisdom leads us to the faith. So the only way we can fight our fear is through knowledge and understanding the facts. So there are no unknown matters or anxiety leading to fear and incompetency. Positive thoughts make us behave in a good manner, whereas negative thoughts make us behave in a bad manner. Try to be conscious about our actions through conditioning our thoughts and mind so that we can lead a peaceful life. It is difficult to control thoughts and mind when we are unconscious about our actions and emotions, leading to chaos and unhappiness. Our life travels from conscious state to a subconscious state, and finally to an unconscious state. Conscious state is when you achieve success because you are in control, whereas subconscious state is when you try to imagine success but not able to achieve because it is not in your control. Unconscious state is when you get full rest and there is no need to worry about the success, as you will not feel any success. Always be awake, be in control, be conscious, and be successful. Wake state is when we are in full control with a clear mind with full potential of reaching to a higher level of consciousness. This is the state where we can feel the bliss and still achieve what we want to achieve. Things that we are not capable of achieving in waking state can be achieved in a dream state subconsciously by an imaginative process, which you can feel it but can't control your feelings. Full rest and bliss can be attained during deep sleep in an unconscious state where you won't feel anything. Our state of mind is in 3 states of consciousness, such as the wake state, dream state, and deep sleep state. Each one of these states can give us an experience that we can relate to in our perceptions of life. They help us in experiencing the higher state of consciousness, imaginary state of subconsciousness, and blissful unconscious state. Wake state is when we are in control and fully awake in a conscious state of mind. Dream state is when we are sleeping, but in a subconscious state of mind, still conscious but in an imaginary state where we have no control on the facts. Deep sleep is when we are in an unconscious state of mind, completely unconscious, unaware, and unimaginative of the things that are happening around you. Wake state is when we are in full control with a clear mind with full potential of reaching to a higher level of consciousness. This is the state where we can feel the bliss and still achieve what we want to achieve in our lives. The things that you are not capable of achieving in waking state can be achieved in a dream state subconsciously by an imaginative process, which you can feel it but can't control your feelings. Full rest and bliss can be attained during the deep sleep in an unconscious state where you will not feel anything. Anger is caused by emotions and feelings which are uncontrollable. Emotions may be psychological or physiological based on a situation which can be controlled by mental conditioning or medications. When emotions become uncontrollable, then anger flares up in bouts as a reaction to these emotions. Anger is not an acceptable reaction as it impacts your decision-making and gets you into an argument or a fight. Always remember to take time and think before you react to avoid these anger moments. Taking some time helps in analyzing a situation and managing it better than quickly reacting, resulting in an argument. Anger management is a process that helps in managing the anger by controlling our emotions through breathing and meditation. This helps in calming down and responding to the situation in a sensible manner. Anger leads to misery, while cheer leads to contentment. Be cheerful by avoiding anger and frustration. Knowledge creation, knowledge acquisition, knowledge protection, knowledge sharing, and knowledge management are the 5 important business support systems of any successful organization. These can be human or artificial intelligence. Learning, creating, and protecting, along with acquiring, adopting, adjusting, and sustaining, are some key essentials in any business and in any living environment, as change is imminent, and we all need to adapt to the change and adjust to it. Change is good, and it is needed to innovate to create several opportunities. Change control and change management systems are critical as they help in the process of risk assessments and controlling many frequent changes. Change must be accepted and managed. Treasure your moments today than worrying about yesterday's mistakes or trying to predict the fate of future uncertainties. There is no way you can go back to fix yesterday's mistakes or fast forward into the future to predict tomorrow. Learn from your mistakes and apply them today for a better tomorrow. Cherish memories from yesterday while enjoying today, and always hope that tomorrow will be better. One life to live, so make it worthwhile. Respecting people is a good practice, which can take you a long way, whether it is respecting yourself, parents, teachers, adults, friends, bosses, and colleagues. It is a mutual process which needs to be practiced, enhancing the civility at home, work, or social gatherings. Like they say, what goes around comes around, so respect to gain respect in return. Typically, when you don't respect yourself, you will tend to disrespect and humiliate others out of anger and frustration. It is all in your mind, which is insane in many ways to you and others, causing humility and pain. Ego, pride, selfishness, hatred, and jealousy are the elements of the incivility nature. Consciousness and awareness of the incivilization effects should change our behavior to tame the incivility within and around you. Silence and meditation can enhance our ability to stabilize ourselves and help us in sanitizing our mind. A steady mind and a caring heart should help us respecting people. Optimism finds opportunities while pessimism finds hurdles. We always look for reasons to shy away from a hurdle due to our pessimistic views. There is always a doubt in our mind that prohibits us from dealing with a hurdle and turn back. However, our optimistic views always find a way to overcome or circumvent a hurdle. Our mind is very powerful, and it can put our thoughts into actions to either turn back or move forward. All we need is some belief and some trust in our ability to move forward. Lack of confidence always puts us way behind, so try to believe in your abilities to move forward. A doubt in our mind creates anxiety, which results in ambiguity about our ability to move forward. So either we are stuck at the same place or move back from our destiny. Optimism is going to give some hope and clarity to take a step forward towards our destination, which seems possible. Pessimism finds challenges and hurdles, which seems impossible. If we want to impress the world and get respected, then learn to control our mind, thoughts, and emotions. Why not we develop a personality that is very personable and not objectionable at all? Our behavior depends on our thoughts and our actions. When we say anything, we are exposing our goodness or meanness through our communication. Always say good and smile to everyone. We can either throw pearls or rocks at the people through what we say. If we throw pearls, we get 10 times more pearls, or if we throw rocks, we get 10 times more rocks. Mind can change pearls into rocks or rocks into pearls. It depends on how we react based on the situations. Difficult situation spoils our moods, while pleasant situation enlightens our moods. Realizing the fact that the situation changes momentarily, we need to balance our moods and thoughts. It helps staying in full control and to express ourselves with a better personality. Meditation, yoga, and breathing are disciplines that are very important to us. Achievers are those people who will never give up and can handle a lot of pressure. These people perform well or excel in any stress conditions. We don't have to be smart to achieve a target, but we need to be persistent and consistent with laser focus to accomplish anything. They take baby steps first and then take strides to reach their goal quickly. Only hard workers and sloggers can become entrepreneurs, as they can identify real opportunities and bring them to fruition with ease. They will not stop with one success, and they keep identifying new opportunities to bring them to fruition again and again. They pick their cards at the right time with the right people at the right place. Losers find reasons to justify their inability or failures, as they are not motivated to learn from their mistakes to become an achiever. A winner always learns from his or her mistakes and anticipates pitfalls or challenges to navigate with ease to their goal. They have very strong intentions and are very passionate to become an achiever. Trying to do something what others are failing to do is always fun to do. They fail because of giving up in the middle without trying due to lack of confidence and belief in their ability. It is always fun to do things that are difficult, as they will differentiate you from others. Hard work, confidence, persistence, belief, and focus helps in the process of achievement. Truth, knowledge, and happiness helps achieve anything that you want. Just that your intentions should be strong and efforts should be sincere. Everything falls in place as the secret forces help align the activities in a favorable manner. Just keep slogging your way to the success as the forces cooperate. Every person can excel, but only few of them will operate at their full potential. The rest of them will manage at a lower potential. Try to reach your highest potential to feel the greatest pleasure of joy. It is the path to a success that makes you do it again and again. It is the style of your living that makes you feel different from others. Nothing is easy in this life. There is a lot of hard work needed to achieve that makes us and others happy. Success comes through hard work. Opportunities rarely comes to us that easily as we need to explore to achieve them. There are infinite possibilities for us, and our intent should be strong to attract them. Awaken our energy within and light a fire to propel our passion and intentions forward to our goal. Achievement goes through a rough path, and the process is very uncomfortable. We need to be comfortable in an uncomfortable state to achieve goals. We need to be comfortable when going through an uncomfortable path. Taking things for granted, staying in your comfortable zone, and choosing an easy path is not going to lead us to success. Only hard work takes us towards our goal. The rougher is our journey, the more success we achieve. Why not try making impossible to possible and uncomfortable to comfortable? Seeking comfortability to achieve our desires in an uncomfortable state makes you an easy achiever, or else it is uncomfortable to achieve. Confidence and competency gives you comfortability to face any kind of uncomfortable state. Stress, anxiety, and unhappiness are not caused by external factors or physiological factors. They are the byproducts of our thoughts or emotions that were created by our mental state and its actions. These thoughts and emotions start impacting our behavior, health, and well-being with others around. It is all in our minds, and we can control. When we all realize that everything around us is illusionary and not real, then we can condition our minds to reach some state of consciousness to control our thoughts and emotions so that we can avoid unhappiness, stress, and anxiety. There is no need to get anxious and restless about a thing that is not in our control. If it is meant for us, then we will get it. If our intent is strong and our wish is sincere, then the universe will help in making our wishes come true. If we have a doubt in our mind, then it will not come for sure. Trust, belief, and confidence helps in achieving whatever we like without any expectations. Please remember that expectations bring disappointments, so why not accept what comes our way with gratitude? Spirituality and minimalism go hand in hand. Chapter 6. Spirituality and Enlightenment. Our life is like a World Wide Web where the surfing is influenced by the speed of the internet and its download and uploadability. The quality of the surfing or life depends on what we upload or download onto the web or life. There is so much of information available on the internet, and how we filter and use the data is very important. The content that we download or upload is very critical, and it is compared to our thoughts and desires. This will either slow us down or move us quickly or keep us balanced. The good thoughts always keep us moving quickly in a balanced manner, whereas the bad thoughts always slow us down due to difficulties. We fall under 3 categories of behaviors in our lifetime. One is selfless, serene, and wise. The other one is desirous, aggressive, and goal-oriented, whereas the last one is easygoing, laid back, and enjoying type. We can't be 100% each of these behaviors, as we have these attitudes in different proportions. These attitudes in a spiritual way compares to the 3 gunas like tamas, rajas, and sattva. In our lifetime, we all need to elevate from tamas to rajas and from rajas to sattva. This takes a lot of effort, control, focus, energy, and wisdom. It is better to be in action than be inactive, and certainly be always selfless in action than selfish in action. In our lifetime, we will go through these 3 phases or gunas, such as tamasic, rajasic, and sattvic. In our childhood, We are ignorant, laid back and happy, go-lucky type, as we do not have any worries or responsibilities. As we are all going through the adolescence, we slowly develop desires, egos, ambitions, and habits. We become more active to accomplish our dreams in the form of materials and pleasures. This transformation of inactivity to a focused activity is nothing but transforming from a tamasic to a rajasic phase. As we grow older, we will develop the ability to balance, detach from the material world, egos, pride, and all desires. Our life is a blend of tamas, rajas, and sattva attributes. It always starts with an appetizer, then a main course followed by dessert. It is progression for a meaningful life as we transform from tamas to rajas to sattva. The learning, experience, and understanding are the three key elements for this progression. Human beings are considered as the highly ranked beings on this planet. Attaining the human life is only possible because of our karma, good deeds, destiny, and grace of God. We tend to forget this fact due to Maya and the materialistic attachment. We all get carried away with our egos, desires, greed, and jealousy. Self-realization, enlightenment, and salvation are only possible in this human form, as God gave us the ability to think, realize, and act. Only humans can practice these principles to get liberated. It requires self-control, self-discipline, and dedication, which is only possible through mental conditioning and yoga. To obtain God's grace, we need to practice 9 principles that involve listening to others patiently, praying to God religiously, remembering others, showing gratitude, showing dedication, showing respect, serving others, being friendly, and completely surrendering to God. Acceptance and appreciation always help in the process of gratification. Our body is the vehicle, mind is the control, heart is engine, heart muscle valves are pistons, liver is the carburetor, lungs are the emissions, and kidneys are the 2 exhaust pumps. Our soul is driver who is controlled by our mind and propelled by our heart. Liver, kidneys, and lungs should be kept clean so that the body functions normally. Whether it is a car or body, frequent checkups and maintenance are critical. What we consume every day through our mouth or gas line keeps our body, mind, and vitals in good control. If the fuel is not clean, then the engine, pistons, carburetors, exhaust pumps, and emissions go out of control and gets clogged. Premium diet with regular checkup, meditation, and yoga keeps our body, mind, and soul in control. Meditation is like running the vehicle in idle condition for little time and driving the vehicle in cruise control. This helps in the longevity of body, mind, and soul or vehicle, controls, and engine. Accidents or fatal crashes do happen in life journey or highway if we don't pay attention to our consumption, exercise, regular checkup, and meditation. Evolving life events are lying in solitude, looking at an altitude, thinking about an attitude, searching for a latitude, rising on a longitude, running in multitude, seeking an aptitude, achieving a magnitude, reaching a plenitude, and expressing a gratitude. Spirituality and minimalism go hand in hand. Simple lives and minimalistic behaviors help us in understanding and attaining spirituality and contentment. We all tend to desire, wish, and want many things in our life. Too many activities and too many distractions lead to chaos, anxiety, and stress. Materialism leads into competition, comparison, and criticism. Let us all accept a simplistic life and practice spiritual minimalism to curb our ego, pride, anger, hatred, and desires. It helps in becoming a selfless, serene, compassionate, and classy person. When we don't have many wants, then we can focus on happiness, health, and well-being of self and the others. Try practicing meditation, breathing, and yoga to declutter thoughts by conditioning the body and mind. We need to detach from a material world to adopt a spiritual world to fulfill our life's purpose. Having faith in yourself is same as having faith in God. If we have faith in God, we should have faith in us as we are the creation of God. Similarly, have faith in your families, friends, partners, and associates, as they are also creations of God. We differ with others due to egos, pride, greed, and attachment to materials. We can detach from ego and attach to faith. If we do not have faith in them, then how can we have faith in us and God? Having faith and belief in God, yourself, and people can lead to the self-well-being and well-being of the society. Try seeing yourself in others, then you will see God in them, and soon you will start believing in them. We are a reflection of others, so how can we differ? Let us all be in a complete unification to achieve a state of oneness. Oneness through mutualism is the best way to live a purposeful life. It is about knowing yourself first and feeling yourself in everyone around you. What makes you happy or sad or angry makes other people same. When you know this fact, then why do you make other people unhappy or sad or angry by doing things they don't like? Why not make everyone happy by doing something that they all like? Mutualism is a phenomenon where you depend on and support each other to benefit from a common interest. This should not be limited to close families, spouses, or friends. Mutualism can be between anyone if the interests and goals do not conflict with each other. Enlightenment is a practice that doesn't involve just you alone, or if you don't involve others, then there is no enlightenment. If you think about yourself, it is selfish motive, which can't be enlightenment. If you think about others or their welfare, it is a selfless motive, and that certainly is enlightenment as you rise above bringing joy in others. Enlightenment is only possible when you detach yourself from ego, selfishness, greed, jealousy, and materialistic attachment. It is possible when you start caring for others and feel happy when others are happy. Our ego, greed, and materialistic attachment will always pull us down, whereas selfless behavior, caring, sharing, and giving takes us higher. Compare enjoying ice cream by yourself and sharing with others. When you see others enjoying the ice cream, it makes you feel happy as you are the reason for their happiness and enjoyment. When you share joy with others, the happiness increases due to the enlightenment. Enlightened by bringing light into others' life. Within us, we all have one soul with two different personalities. One is like divine with full consciousness, and the other is like devil with full unconsciousness. The divine personality is loving, caring, selfless, egoless, forgiving, grateful, positive, and spiritual in nature. The devilish personality is hateful, nasty, angry, frustrated, evil, selfish, egoistic, and cynical in nature. It is challenging for us to bring good out of the bad. It requires a lot of mental conditioning to align the soul, mind, and body. We need to practice meditation, yoga, and breathing on a regular basis to drive away the devil from inside and try welcoming the spirit inside. The inward behavior is better than outward behavior, as the outward behavior is egoistic, selfish, mean, and materialistic. Spiritual mind likes true love, peace, detachment, respect, harmony, and bliss. Whereas the evil mind seeks lust, attachment, disrespect, chaos, turmoil, and unhappiness. Every one of us have these two personalities within us, and we need to balance the proportions in such a way that the spiritual personality overtakes the devilish personality. In the end, we are all same from inside, so why differ or conflict with each other? Try to reach oneness and unify within. There is always a reaction to an action. Let us try to apply this in our life. If there is life, then there is death. If there is a beginning, then there is an end. If there is happiness, there is soreness. If there is a problem, then there is a solution. If there is love, there is hatred. If there is light, then there is darkness. Finally, if there is truth, then there is a lie. When we start realizing these facts, then we will understand our purpose very well. Then it is easy to accept anything that is coming your way, and we can still be thankful, whether we are happy or sorrowful. It is just a matter of time as we need to wait for a reaction to complete before starting a new action. This time shall pass away, soon as nothing is permanent in this world. Every action has a time limit, and as the time passes away, the bad can become good, or hate can become love, or darkness can become light, or problem can become solution. The actions and the reactions are based on our karmic destiny. Once we pay our dues, the problems disappear, and the life journey becomes easier. As we are dealing with difficult times due to this pandemic, we all need to practice some basic principles like satyam, shaucham, ahimsa, and asteya. If we practice these on a regular basis in our lives, then we don't get into any difficult situations. we should make these practices as the art of living for our lives. These calamities, epidemics, and pandemics happen because of untruthfulness, deceitfulness, hatefulness, greediness, looting, stealing, lack of cleanliness, lack of personal hygiene, pollution, and contamination. 4 basic principles mentioned in the first paragraph help in eliminating all wrongdoings and keep us away from all kinds of problems. As per the scriptures, Satya means being truthful or right, Shoka means being pure or clean, Ahimsa means not hurting anyone or being unkind, and finally Astyam meaning giving, caring, sharing, and selflessness. These are the 4 pillars for purposeful and meaningful life. Enjoy them by religiously following them. Our past is a memory, future is an illusion, and present is a fact. We learn our life events from our past, present, and future. The memory from the past helps dealing with the present moment, and the present moment helps dreaming about future moments. Live in the present moment by cherishing the past and foreseeing the future. This is an art of living. Art of living is nothing but just enjoying the present moment to the fullest before you get to the next moment. Living in a present moment teaches us life lessons. Let us not wait too long worrying about our past or future, which is not in our control. Instead, why not enjoy with what we have in our possession? Learn, achieve, feel, and enjoy every step of the way to reach the top without going through anxiety and pain. The sense of gratification, satisfaction, and joyfulness are life essentials. How can we live in the moment and benefit out of the present moment? We always like to run away from the present moment to the past or the future moment. This deviation from the moment is not going to change the status of the present. We don't call this living as we are always living in the past or the future. We have no control on the past or know much about how our future may turn out. However, we can try to control the present by learning that moment and living it joyfully through consciousness and mindfulness. We should stay in the moment and distance from the past or the future. There are boundless opportunities of joy in the present moment to enjoy. We always try to run away from problems in the present, hoping that they will disappear just like that. Indulging ourselves in other activities is not going to help us solve our problems. We need to consciously stay in the present moment to understand problems to find a solution. This mindfulness helps in finding joy and happiness, along with some chance of eliminating problems. Success comes with a true intent, passion, determination, right time, perseverance, and of course with some luck by chance. So be good and keep working hard and wait for the right time, as you never know when an opportunity knocks on your door by chance. If you don't try it, then the probability of success won't happen. Lots of effort, some luck, and some chance are needed. Our karma also plays a significant role in our journey for success. The path to success is easy if our karmic actions are good. Little effort, along with lots of luck, and some chance make things go easy for us. If our karmic actions are not so good, then no matter how hard we work, things are not going to happen, as the luck and chance are not in our favor. Karmic laws states that the universe works with us when we don't have karmic debts. We need to pay our dues to get a clearance, so that the universe will cooperate and help us in the process of achievement. We need to understand this fact so that we are in complete alignment with the universe and successful journey. If we miss the first time, there will be a second chance waiting for you. Charity, volunteering, and service are self-interested activities. We cannot force or impose these on others, making them uneasy and uncomfortable. Giving, sharing, and serving are selfless characteristics, which are good things that an individual should understand and realize them. If the purpose of charity is fully realized, then we automatically try to do something about it. We see a lot of times people solicit donations, charity, and services without understanding whether we have an interest in doing or not. It should come as a request and not as a demand. Everyone has their own way of doing it or an interest to contribute at their comfort level. It doesn't have to be in the form of a donation or money. It can be through kind, help, care, and moral support. It is very important that all charities should reach people who need help. Most of the time, the system will misuse the funds and the needy don't get benefited. The giver should always make sure that the charity always flows to the beneficiary. The system should be trustworthy so that the value is fully realized. Faith leads to trust, belief, positivity, confidence and well-being of self and the society. Positivity of faith, trust, and belief can be measured through our success, achievements, healing, and health. Having faith and belief in God, yourself, and people can only lead to the well-being of self and society. Research claims that faith, prayers, meditation, yoga, and breathing has helped all of us in quick healing of the diseases. It is only proving one thing, which is believing in universal system and staying within universal system always help. Lack of faith, belief, and trust leads to frustrations, failures, flare-ups, and wellness. It will transform us from being civil to uncivil. Why not try to be faithful with a sense of gratification? When the nature is in your favor, then everything falls in place. The nature gets influenced by our attitude, behavior, and the way we treat our surroundings. Nature does not depend on us, and it can only tolerate so much of negativity. If the threshold is reached, then nature will start adjusting slowly by neutralizing the negativity. Natural forces work in our favor when we are serene and down to earth. Our intentions and behavior play a significant role in carving out a smooth path. Positive thinking, sharing, caring mind, ability to accept and helping nature are the 5 qualities that are needed for a purposeful life. You create your own life's path through your thoughts, beliefs, faith, associations, and actions. Believing in God puts you on the right track and will help you in refining your thoughts, beliefs, associations, and actions. So be good and feel God in everyone and enjoy the eternal journey. It is the theory of the God and the good, so we need to keep our ducks in row to lead our life in a positive manner. Truth here is negative attracts negative and positive attracts positive, unlike in the material world, where the negative attracts positive and vice versa. Why not we try to be positive and get attracted to God and goodness? The truth here is that negative attracts negative and positive attracts positive, unlike in the material world, where negative attracts positive and vice versa. Be positive and get attracted to God and goodness. Law of karma says that you bear fruits from your own actions, which means that what you sow is what you reap, or what goes around comes around. The wicked actions bear rotten fruits, whereas good actions bear ripe and sweet fruits. Paying back your karmic debts is based on a time factor. Sometimes it may take several lifetimes, while other times it may take sooner. The law allows some changes to your karmic actions, either in a favorable manner or in a detrimental manner. When you try to enhance yourself to a higher state of consciousness, then you will reduce the intensity of the karmic effects. Similarly, when you degrade yourself to a lower state of unconsciousness, then you will increase the intensity of your karmic effects. This helps in either expediting or delaying our karmic payback time. It is possible that we may pay back our karmic debts in this lifetime, or else we may pay in tranches in several lives. This will be a painful process where we must wait patiently until we get liberated from karmic debts. If we understand the universal karmic law, then we can condition our body and mind to rise to a higher state of consciousness to expedite our payback time while lowering our karmic debts. Body, mind, and soul should always travel together to create tranquility. The system falters if either one of them leaves the other, or if they are not fully aligned, or if they are going in their own ways. The soul resides in every cell, in every organ, in every pore, and in every bone. Say, imagine how it feels if the soul is out of mind or out of the body. We experience a feeling of detachment, endless love, and bliss. The separation is difficult. We are in full consciousness when our soul is in the body in alignment with mind, leading to enlightenment. We reach an unconsciousness state or disillusioned when we come out of our minds by losing the tranquility balance. Out of mind, out of sight. We become disabled and diseased when our body comes out of mind and soul alignment. Finally, we stop living or go into samadhi when soul leaves body and mind alignment. For us to be in full control, we need to be in full alignment with the body and mind. If we maintain this alignment, then we are in complete consciousness and enlightenment. The body and mind should always be conditioned every day through yoga and meditation practice. We go through a consciousness state to an unconsciousness state, followed by detachment or separation based on body, mind, and soul alignment. Can we practice spirituality at work, home, and in community? Or is it just a myth that it only to be practiced in temples, or during your retirement, or when you are getting ready to die? Spirituality doesn't mean that it is just praying or listening to some of the discourses or meditation. I think spirituality can be practiced at work or home by just imagining that workplace or home to be a temple. Practicing true spirituality at work or home is great, as it helps in keeping things in check and control. When we all abstain from our egos, pride, greed, and anger, then everything seems to be great, as you will start feeling spiritual and get along with everyone. Mastering and controlling our senses brings serenity in our approaches, which helps in the process of achievement. Being nice, being open, being good, being happy, being honest, over and above all being flexible, keeps us in a spiritual state of environment. This brings everything in control and in a state of excellence. These spiritual attributes, when practiced, help us in everything that we do professionally or personally. Spirituality means higher level of quality and control. How can we forget to thank the Lord every day for what we have and for continue to breathe? It is not all about how much money or valuable assets that we possess, but it is all about His grace, our past karma, and a predetermined destiny that we all arrived in this world to either make it or break it. Since it has already been defined for us, why worry or curse? Instead, why can't we be thankful and happy to enjoy our life journey? No matter what, it is a great attitude to be thankful and show a sense of gratification. Complaints or criticism or comparisons don't make things go in our favor. Our intentions, along with hard work and passion, make it go in our favor. Always breathe in good habits while breathing out bad habits, as it helps in the process of purification and chastity. It is a natural process to eliminate the waste to avoid becoming toxic. We always accumulate garbage by associating with weak-minded people, only to become unhappy, mean, and nasty. Why not try associating with good people to download all the garbage and accumulate things that makes us sensible and serene? Please remember that gratitude is always the best attitude. Today is an outcome of yesterday. Today is a chance to live and enjoy every moment that was created from our past. Today is a chance to create our future. Accept today, no matter what the outcome is from our past, and work towards future. Pay our dues today while enjoying the rewards from the past, and start accumulating rewards for the future so that our future is debt-free and the rewards are enjoyable. We have no control on our past or future, but certainly have control on today. Let us be cautious regarding our actions today so that our future will be good. If our past is good, then our present is good. And if present is good, then our future will be good. Today, let us work towards our future by letting go of the outcome. Universe is abundant with possibilities. It has no limitations, just infinite possibilities. Let us all see, observe, and feel the abundance around us in the universe. Universe is enriched with plenty of abundance that we can explore and achieve to enhance health, wealth, and happiness. We are ignorant and don't pay attention to the abundance. The universe is abundant with many opportunities with no limitations or boundaries. There are only infinite possibilities if you can avail them. Just work towards them and expect nothing, as the abundance flows towards you when you feel its presence. Secret of success and happiness is within us and around us. Recognize the abundance and work towards it, then universe starts cooperating with us. This helps in achieving health, wealth, and peace. Always remember to pay attention to self and the universe. Karma is our action based on our thoughts and emotions. We can't change our past karma, but we can try to change our present and future karmic actions. This requires control and abstinence from desires, egos, wishes, anger, and pride. Many of us are following our thoughts and our desires, which are leading us to a path of destruction due to greed. This path is the easiest path and does not require much effort. If we practice abstinence and yoga, we can focus on transforming our thoughts from negative to positive. Meditation and breathing helps in controlling our emotions through body and mind connection, leading us to a path of enlightenment, which is not an easy path and requires a lot of effort to stay put on that path. How many of us agree and believe that God hasn't achieved singularity when He created humans, who are considered much smarter and more intelligent than other living beings? Humans have always proved again and again that they are smarter and intelligent through their exceptional ability to be creative and innovative. It is amazing to see how human intelligence is constantly working towards achieving singularity in the coming years by creating computers, machines, and robots that can work precisely and accurately, along with being much smarter and more intelligent than humans using artificial intelligence, machine learning, and deep learning. Through singularity, God has created humans and did not replace other beings. However, with singularity, we are creating computers, machines, and robots that potentially may be replacing humans in the coming years. It is a concern to all of us, and I am sure that everyone agrees that there should be human intervention to manage machines, data sets, and artificial intelligence. Pleasing others is fine if we don't try to show off. Showing off is just pleasing ourselves with a selfish motive. Pleasing unconditionally is a selfless act, as it can only create joy, love, and happiness. Pleasing self is also good as you learn the feeling of joy, love, and happiness. Experience first before expressing to others, as you will know how they feel. We are always trying to impress or please others to gain importance or identity. It makes us uncomfortable to realize what others feel or think about us. Why not try to impress or please ourselves rather than others? It is okay to indulge and live for yourself occasionally. When your plate is full, then you can share with others. Life is short, sweet, and beautiful. It should be meaningful, purposeful, and beneficial to everyone. Let us not waste on egos, pride, greed, and selfishness. Try becoming humane, civil, humble, and serene to create positivity, love, and happiness. Be nice to everyone by helping needy. God is seen in every girl and in every woman. We see God in a daughter, mother, wife, sister, and a friend. For that reason, they give us happiness, birth, love, care, companionship, and support. They always think about us, care for us, worry about us, correct us, teach us, and give us immense love and support when needed. They take so much of pain in bringing us into the world, nurture and take care of us until we die. Then why some of us disrespect, hurt, neglect, and humiliate them? It is shame that they do all the good things for us without expectations. It is such a pain to hear how girls and women are battered, abused, even killed. Learn to respect, honor, love, and appreciate them for all their sacrifices and unconditional love. Don't be a monster. If we believe in God, in His creation, and in His purpose, then we should always take care of all the girls and women with a lot of love, respect, and dignity. Without them, there is no life or existence or meaning or purpose. Always think about God when you think about them, and always see God when you see them. If we still treat them with disrespect and try to hurt them, then we don't deserve to live in this beautiful world. Did you ever realize that if you give, then you will get more? It is a simple secret of the universal life systems that we need to explore and unveil. A lot of times we think that if we try to hoard, then we will have more for the future. When we accrue any matter, it slowly becomes stale as it loses usability to become useless. Everything in this universe should be moving freely, as if we try to stop, it becomes still. Stagnation kills our purpose, and giving always lives our purpose. Live, not die every moment. Law of the universe states what goes around comes around. If we give more, then we get more. And if we hoard more, then we lose more. Giving is better than receiving. Giving doesn't have to be monetary in nature. It can be kindness, love, goodness, and moral support to the people who need them the most. It doesn't require money, but certainly requires some time and some effort to make others comfortable. If you succeed in giving some comfort to others, then you are guaranteed of getting a lot of happiness and joy in return. Give support to get support. Contributions and charity doesn't have to be money. Helping, caring, smiling, loving, appreciating, and lending a shoulder to all the people who are needy every day is worth millions of dollars as it relates to happiness to others and to yourself. We are not losing anything by being nice to all the people. We are only gaining a lot of satisfaction, positivity, and happiness. Moral support is the best thing that anyone can offer to people. Money helps, but our compassion, kindness, humility, sharing, concern, care, and love are going to make the most difference. People appreciate when we treat them with respect, kindness, and love. It generates positivity and happiness. Every day, try making a difference by smiling, loving, giving, sharing, and lending support to people. This will be a priceless gift that we can give to many others. Of course, in return, we receive plenty of love, appreciation, gratitude, and happiness. It does not take a lot of effort in smiling or caring. It makes a big difference in everyone's life. Enjoy being humane. Explore happiness within ourselves and elsewhere. Happiness within ourselves is eternal, whereas the happiness that is in our desires and pleasures is momentary. It is short-lived and causes a lot of anxiety and stress until we find it. Exploring within and self-realization gives immense happiness by showing us the difference between the materialistic and spiritual life. Materialistic achievement does not bring true happiness. It only gives us some pride and ego in the process of achievement. It makes us crazy until we achieve. Spiritual achievement brings us true happiness and contentment with gratification with what we have than what we don't have. It gives a sense of gratitude and acceptance of the things that come our way. Happiness is fully realized when we attain our inner peace without any attachments or expectations. Inner peace leads us to full gratification, acceptance, and appreciation. This helps us in managing both happiness and soreness in the same manner. When we expect or attach to anything, we feel sorry, but when we accept or detach, then we feel happy. Self-realization through inner peace to attain happiness is the real secret of our life. The sooner we realize, the sooner we become a happy soul, enjoy being alive. Anxiety is the basis for our desires, greed, attachments, expectations, unhappiness, fear, and ignorance. We are always anxious about what is coming our way, whether we will get what we want or not. We panic about things that are not important and are not in our control. Just close your eyes and accept whatever the outcome with full gratification. Unknown factors create anxiety and fear. Deceit, cheating, stealing, and lie also creates anxiety. Awareness, truth, and confidence are key facts for avoiding the anxiety for a stress-free life. Try not being ignorant and always learn every moment of your life. This shall keep us on track and teaches us on how to live our life. Everyone is living their lives running after materialistic desires, dreams, and pleasures. This is just a selfish living where there is just self-interest. The real living involves selfless living where there is only interest in the care and well-being of others. We always look out for people who are in difficulties and make a difference in their lives. Truth, awareness, assertiveness, and confidence are key for avoiding anxiety and stress-free life. We should enhance our awareness and learn to be assertive to stay confident. We can get rid of anxiety by disowning the thoughts that are creating anxiety and stress. This requires us to practice self-control and self-discipline. Meditation, breathing, and yoga certainly help in managing anxiety and stress. We need to explore inner peace to drive away our anxiety. It's like exploring light to drive away the darkness. Why do we get anxious or worry or stress out about something that is not in our control? Why not try to detach from an expectation or an outcome to stay calm and peaceful without anxiety? Universe has unlimited possibilities for people who can fully leverage their potential to take advantage of the abundance.